Hello, folks. I literally all I heard then was that doesn't work, but at least that shows me that my speakers are working properly. Sorry, we're a couple of minutes late starting. I had a few issues with getting the microphone to work, so hopefully you can hear me okay. You should be able to hear the game okay, and we're good in there. Good morning, Rune. I hope you're doing very well. I had a week off. So last Sunday and the Tuesday before that, we didn't do a stream. There was just an awful lot going on. This week, I managed to spill a whole jug of squash all over my PowerPoints. So I've had to... I know I'm an idiot. I had to unplug everything and leave it, so I was really hoping that all of the stuff was still working, but I had to completely reset up the PC. Hopefully, things are good. Thank you, Sneaky. Yeah, it is funny, but now, instead of a jug of squash, I have a lovely... this is quite good. I'm borrowing Durnhelm's lovely little cup thing here, which is actually really quite beautiful. I really like that. And I've got my customary jug of off-brand cola drink. Hello, Squirrel. Hello, Praggers. Oh, good to see you back. I sorted out the chat issue that we were having with this thing budging off the screen. What I haven't sorted out is the fact that I have no idea what we were doing, and I can't remember what was happening. We were solving crimes. We'd turned into a werewolf, and we'd put not two flour, two conkers. We'd put two conkers up into the patrician's palace, and that's about all I can remember. So we'll see what happens. Where are we? This is where we are in the book. So the Clark's murder is apparently... We broke into the palace. We managed to get into the palace. That worked quite well.
I'd overheard the patrician and Vimes talking about the murder of the clerk at the palace.
The patrician's assistant was drowned.
Apparently the man's
wine.
name was Cypher, and he'd been drowned in a vat of wine. There are worse ways to go, I guess.
I mean, I wouldn't want to drown in anything. Apparently it's very peaceful and all that. But I still, no, rather not to. In my bed, in my sleep. That's how I'd prefer to go. Don't know about anybody else. Obviously, everybody's got their own way they prefer. I know my brother wants to be fed to sharks. Hopefully after he's passed. Right, golden sword. We're still on the... Oh, we're trying to find the golden sword. And we know that there's a temple of Anu in Al-Khali. Right, okay. Bestial attacker. We're still hoping that's not me. Carlotta is a werewolf. We know that. Should have really been given away by the fact that she had a huge stained glass window of a werewolf, but okay, whatever. We're still trying to solve Reagan's murder and Malachite's murder. And we hadn't really got very far. We can't sniff out anything else at the mausoleum. I don't think we can turn into a... We'll give it a go. We'll try. I don't know. I hope we're all doing very well anyway. I hope we've all had a really wonderful
Who would
Disney
Sarah
weekend.
like to see this time?
I didn't really want to see anybody, to be honest. Wouldn't mind Lister's death, trying to enter a bra with his teeth at the age of 83, I think it was. Yeah, twin sons, Jim and Bexley. Jim, of course, after Jim Bexley Speed, and Bexley after Jim Bexley Speed. The Count has got death with him
Can I see the Count?
I am not in a position to know how good your vision
Of course,
is, but you may
Red Dwarf
see the Count,
aside,
which
Robert
I believe
Llewellyn
is what Sir
playing the voice of the
actually
butler.
meant in Sir's untutored way.
Right. See what we can do. He did have death.
Still
isn't
here, I see.
Anymore. Oh, there he is. Right. Have we had a chinwag with death? I can't
How
remember.
come you're here?
I came on my horse.
What is it? A skeletal horse?
Oh no,
whose
we've done this
hooves-
one because it's not. His name's Binky. Let's speak
How
about
come I can
death.
see you?
My sound is a bit
Is
low,
it something to do with me being a werewolf?
I can't put my sound
In a
up
sense.
anymore, so I'm gonna just move that.
It has
I'm gonna
much
move
more
their
to do
sound
with
down a
certain
little
other
bit.
matters.
I've had to be
Such as?
rebalancing it.
Ordinarily, I am only perceived by those who are about to die.
Hopefully it's a bit more balanced now. Thank you very much, Rune,
So
for the heads
you
up.
are invisible. That must be useful.
I'm not invisible, as
I
such.
think we've done this bit as well, haven't we?
People just can't see me. They won't allow
I
themselves to
can't
do it
remember if we've already done this bit. I feel that we might have
until
done.
it's time, of course. Wizards can see me, and cats.
Cats are nice.
Odd, really, but there you go.
Can't hear anything.
But I can see you.
Game's a bit low now. No
Indeed.
worries. We'll get there in the end, I suppose.
People
Quilted,
in
when you say you
state
can't hear
of
anything, you
heightened
can't hear me
awareness
or the stream.
sometimes stop seeing what they expect to see and start seeing what is really there.
Like with Gaspode.
Frankly, I think your seeing me has more to do with your quest for the golden sword.
Maybe we haven't done this bit.
You know about that?
Can you hear them now
I've
when
been
Death's
around.
speaking?
I hear things.
Why should the sword be a factor?
Well, it's more to do with narrative causality, as I said.
Hopefully everything's
It's not really a
bit better
quest.
now. Only just.
I mean, I'm just investigating a few murders.
Believe me,
It
I
says
know.
we're fairly well balanced at the moment. Thank you,
I was
Jackman.
there.
Game is low. You're louder than the game just a touch. See, I can't turn me up anymore. I'm having a few problems with audio on this, so I may have to invest in a new USB microphone because it doesn't like the jack microphone that I've got. But I need a new microphone anyway. Let's talk about narrative causality.
Narrative causality before.
Did I? I must be becoming careless.
Why?
Oh yeah, you shouldn't have said that.
Aren't you allowed to discuss it?
It's not exactly against the rules. But it might ruin it if I told you.
Ruin what?
Bless him. Spoilers, sweetie.
The story.
Right. So are we asking Death about this? We are speaking to Death, not
It seems a woman that I've been
not the Count himself.
involved with is a werewolf.
Indeed.
Her name's Carlotta. She's
Can't
the
remember
mistress
any of
the
this.
house,
It's
I
been
guess.
20 years since I completed it last.
Yes. Of course she is. Couldn't be part of the von Uberwalds if she wasn't, hmm? You'd be a werewolf too if you married her.
The von Uberwalds are all werewolves.
Really? How do you know that?
How do I know that, eh? Hmm?
Oh, hello, nerd. Thank you
How
hugely
could
for
I
the
not know that?
resub. I
I was
appreciate
married
that
myself,
hugely.
you know.
Twitch
Do
says it's your
you
2-month
remember
anniversary.
my wife?
Yes.
I don't know.
No.
Maybe it sounds about right.
Before your time, hmm?
This is episode 6, and we've missed
No
a week,
one
so we've
was
been doing this for
before
7
my
weeks
time.
now. Good evening, Clan Brebner. We haven't got any further through. I'm going to pick up my phone, and it's awfully rude, I know, but I've just had a message. If you're not on Mastodon, I really, really recommend picking up Mastodon. It's like Twitter, but better. Much more inclusive, welcoming, much more friendly. But I've just had a message through from a guy called Jim Ellis, because obviously I promoted the stream and everything. And Jim said, I was one of the senior artists on this, shocked to see it on my timeline after all this time. So I, said we're playing on PS1 and it's wonderful. It's not really showing off the game graphically. He said, that is the worst version. We were forced to compress the animations to fit onto the disc, which absolutely makes sense. But have fun. And he said, tech info. The game uses quasi 3D 2D engine similar to Resident Evil 1. The only 3D character is the player, as the tech at the time couldn't cope. So the artist would export camera perspective data from the 2D pre-render, which would match and chop up the graphics to appear to be front, middle, and background, and then render it in layers, a bit like a theatre set. This allows the character to walk into the distance using the correct perspective and around objects. That's incredibly interesting. I love that. But yeah, Mastodon, if you're not on there, by the way, just do it. Do it. Sign up. You can find us there, as well as a lot of other people. It's incredibly worth it, I think. But anyway, we're gaming. I can't really... Oh, I can ask him about the...
Do you know anything about Cypher's
Clark's murder.
I already told you that I could not discuss the
Oh
details
yeah,
of
he
my work
won't
with
discuss
you.
it. Not can't, won't. That was ruddy interesting. Thank you very much, Jim Ellis. I like that. I want more of that stuff. I'm just going to ask him about everything.
Have you heard of the Temple of Anu Anu at Al-Khali?
I cannot
No,
help you
nothing
with
much.
that.
Nothing much. Right, that is pretty much it. We do love that. We absolutely love that. We like it. We love it. We want more of it. Carlotta as well. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, did I go through the inventory? Bandages.
Do these
I mean,
bandages
probably
mean
not, right?
anything to
But
you?
worth a go.
I cannot help you with that.
Got two boys that was making tea. I hope they had something nice. If you want any tips, nerd, let me know. I'm not just going to throw out unwanted and unsolicited advice, but definitely will do.
Do you recognize this pendant?
But I've got a few tips
better
for getting
not
started with it,
discuss
which really
that
helped
with
for me.
you.
And I'm happy to help other people because it is a really
not?
nice,
Hey,
inclusive, really friendly
why
space from
not
my experience.
what? Hey, speak up, man. Speak up.
Sorry, Count. Do you recognize this pendant?
It's
Familiar.
Familiar. I've seen it before. Did I play with it as a child?
I don't know. Did you?
Perhaps. Why is it that I can remember my childhood hundreds of years ago, but I cannot remember what we were talking about?
I do. I feel sad for the
The
for the count.
pendant. You recognized it.
Yes. Yes.
Come on, Count.
I know that pendant from somewhere.
But where?
Perhaps if you give me some time to think about it.
I would, but I don't feel like he's got
Don't
much
take too
time.
long.
Yeah. Thanks, Death.
Did you say something?
No. I didn't say anything.
The suspense is killing you. I can't. The crowbar, maybe not so much.
Neither the Count nor Death seemed likely.
No. No. Oh. Right, I think that's going to be it. I'm going to see if I can get to the library. Does Death recognize scents? I don't think I can get into my little scents notebook from here. I'm enjoying threads and then I remember that I'm not. I have exactly the same problem in that threads isn't awful. Like, I don't hate it. I don't dislike it, but I do forget that it exists. So I don't post on there because I just forget that I'm there. We can, I think, change into a werewolf here. I'm going to ECM next week. No, Jackman, probably not, unfortunately. I've had...
Turning into a wolf wasn't something I was
he's not going to
entirely
turn into a wolf.
comfortable with.
Bums.
I was trying.
I feel like it is necessary, Luton, actually. Let's go through the main doors. How much social media does one person need? All of the social medias. I think I'm on every... no, I'm not on Blue Sky. And obviously Kick, different streaming platform, not on there. I was on Mixer and Beam back when when Microsoft were trying to do it. You're so fancy. She's so fancy. Octarine Parrot, I've done. Rooftop above Salis and Fedra, I've done. Genuinely a bit lost. We're looking for a golden sword. I don't have many clues to go on. If anybody has hints, not do this, do that, but just hints. If anybody has one, more than welcome. Just putting it out there. I haven't gone to see what's his name in a little while. Only got Facebook because I'm old and have resisted all attempts to get me to join another. I did enjoy Twitter. Twitter has always had its relatively negative side, but it's just got so much worse recently.
I need your help again.
But it was okay. But I've been on Facebook for
need my help sooner
too
or later.
long.
They just don't
And obviously
know it yet.
MySpace before that. Loved MySpace. Let's have a look. I'm going to ask him about the Temple of Anu Anu.
Have you heard of the Temple of Anu Anu at Al-Kali?
Maybe he has.
So, interested in comparative
Not
religion,
really,
are
I'm
we,
not,
Luton? Or perhaps you're an archaeologist.
Given their propensity to smash open sacred monuments, loot them of everything of value,
think
and
we've already done
generally
this bit.
desecrate sacred places
I
everywhere,
think so.
archaeologists are
My,
about as
in terms of
popular
social
with
media, my main
priests
three are
as
Facebook. I do
atheists.
post on Twitter. I try not to
Mind you,
get
in a
involved with it
world
too
where
much.
gods are
And
bad-tempered damn
Mastodon.
good
I
shots
forget
with a
that
lightning
Instagram
bolt.
exists, to be honest.
Nobody likes an atheist either.
I really should post on there more. Let's just ask
What do
him
you
about
know about a
everything.
golden sword?
Oh no, yeah, it's so many golden swords.
What do you know about the murder of the patrician's clerk?
He wasn't killed.
That's interesting.
He's been smuggled out of Ankh-Morpork by a team of crack Ephebian ontological guerrillas.
Ontological guerrillas?
Less interesting.
A vicious band of
Terrorist
trying
philosophers.
to spread their doctrine that our existence is purely an abstract experience mediated by a limited sensory experience.
Right, yeah, that makes sense to me.
Which cannot be relied upon to provide
Did have
accurate
Twitter and they made us
perspectives
join
or any
at
true
uni.
reality
Made
of what
you
exists.
join at uni?
Sounds plausible.
Crikey. Yeah, I haven't.
They
I mean,
got
Elon's
to
just been
you
bad
too,
idea after bad
did
idea.
they?
Maybe I go back and see Jasper Horst because I haven't seen him in ages. I literally had the golden sword. It was in me, intimately, and then it was taken away.
There was
Still, that's fine. I want to go there and turn into a werewolf. Did we turn into a werewolf outside Saturnalia? Maybe. Not sure. We'll give it a go because we're running out of ideas. Swiftly running out of ideas. Okay, the magenta with the flashing dots, that's my killer. Oh yeah, we follow it, don't we? We follow it here. And then it leads us to... Where's my cursor? I can't see. Oh, there we go. It was lagging a bit. Okay, so I haven't. It's really laggy here. So I think I wanted to get out as soon as I could. But let's have a proper little scout around. Scout about. And see if we can see anything of interest. Not really. We've got the window. And that's got, what's his name behind it? The preacher guy. On Facebook and Instagram, but I keep forgetting about Instagram too. I do. I don't know why.
I was
Maybe
on the
because my
other
mum keeps
side of the
overloading me with
stained
diet and
glass
baby
window
reels.
with some kind of angel on it.
Twitter was okay, but then says, skip fire. Yeah, absolutely. It's horrible. It used to be fairly nice. You used to be able to know like who was
I could
posting
see
on
that
there,
someone was
but the
on the other
verification
side of
thing
the
has just
window.
been...
I was confident the silhouette
Mooncalf, that's his name.
belonged to Mooncalf.
But can I do anything with the silhouette? There's nothing I can really do with it. I mean, let's... Let's take the bestial attacker. I don't think it's gonna...
There really is a limit.
Yeah. Bandages? No, like, I don't... Yeah, what can you do? Okay, there is a limit to what you can do with a silhouette. So, what can you do with a silhouette? Nothing. I mean, you could take a photo of it. There's not a great deal else. But why else does this screen exist? Mostly on Twitter. No, we're not calling it X. That's just not happening. It's not X. It's Twitter. It's tweeting. We don't. No. No, not happening. And I can't... There's no way of opening my smells here. So I can't even, like, sniff out. Ugh. Me too, nerd. Oh, right, yeah, nerd, yeah. It's hard because I'm a nerd. Quixer. It's the thing is, you... Like, the... Oh, no, I can't even get into it because I will just get too angry. It's just such a shame. Like, so that's my magenta with flashing dots.
The trail led to the Temple of Small Gods. Then I lost it.
But it led... So it was watching... So it was here, it was watching Mooncalf. Do you still call them opal fruits? I actually do. Opal fruits was such a better name. Starburst. Right, I can't do anything.
This was the other side of the window behind Mooncalf.
I am still a werewolf. Okay, still a werewolf.
I was
No, I'm a werewolf. Let me use my werewolf smells. As a werewolf, is there anything different? No, not really. It's just a silhouette. Okay. I'm going to change back into a human. And then we're going to leave and have another route round. I've tried not to spend too much time in the Cemetery of Small Gods simply because it is a bit laggy.
I'm back.
Can I ask something
Good
spoiler?
boy.
Depends how spoilery, but yes. I'm going to ask him about the golden sword.
Do you know anything about a legendary golden sword?
Oh, of course. I've got one over here. Where did I put it?
Ha ha.
It's going to be slow progress tonight. I can feel it.
Have you heard of the Temple of Anu Anu?
I don't know why I can't ask him about seeing anybody. If he's been in the graveyard, he would have seen whoever went to the window. He's not going to know about any of that. Jasper Horst. You might be able to sniff out Jasper Horst. Maybe.
Do you know a troll?
Sorry, the wee one grabbed the phone as I was talking. Did you go back to the parrot?
Don't know him.
I think we went to have a sniff around the parrot. Yeah. Let's go back there now in case. Grave.
My own grave. How depressing. I decided
No, we're not going to crawl back. Okay, I didn't know if we could search it maybe and there would be something.
I thought I could smell a woman around my tombstone.
We can. We don't know who the murderer is yet, but we do know that they smell of magenta with flashing dots. Right, Octarine Parrot. We can't just turn into a werewolf in the main area. We can do it here, but it doesn't offer us much. There's some apple smelling stuff. And there's Sapphire's troll perfume. That's about it.
There was a hint of an apple-colored scent in the air.
But we can't grab it. And we can't grab the dark cyan.
Was the most prevalent smell in the dressing room. There was a booming bass quality to the scent.
And that is literally it. Oh, hold on. The bright cyan blob is the perfume
stench
bottle.
Was coming from a bottle of perfume.
Can we ask Mankin anything? We have asked him. We got something because we got something about Sapphire. Or was that was quite a while back, wasn't it? Maybe. Let's give it a go, eh? We'll give it a go, and what's the worst that could happen? Just speak to Mankin. Mankin hates us already anyway. Come on, Luton. Right.
Is this a good time for a friendly chat? Given that there's never a good time for a friendly chat, I guess it's as good as any.
Right, goodo. What did you want to ask him?
Do you know anything about some kind of
feel I've
beast
already asked him this
stalking
one.
the streets? Leave me alone.
Yeah, leave him alone. Jasper Horse, you might know where Jasper Horse
Do you
is.
know what... That doesn't...
No. Carlotta being a werewolf, haven't asked him about that.
I could...
You absolutely can. Right, I am going to skip past things if it's...
Have you heard of the Temple of Anu Anu at
If it's boring.
Al-Khali? If you asked fewer questions,
No.
maybe...
Golden Sword?
I didn't want...
No,
this
doesn't
was-
want to discuss it with just anyone. Drowned in wine.
I decided not to bore...
Okay.
It was probably bad enough to have had one in his establishment, without me going...
No. Merchant's murder.
I hear a prominent merchant has been
Give it a
killed.
go.
Heard anything about it? All I heard was that someone in the Merchants Guild got killed.
Merchant's Guild. Is that new information that it
That's
was
all
the
I know.
guild? Ho-ho!
Apparently
got
one of
something.
the wizards up at Unseen
Hydrate,
University
hydrate.
got themselves killed.
Thank you, Donkey.
That's right. The reader of esoteric accounting.
Reader of esoteric accounting, right.
Esoteric
We haven't
occultism,
unlocked,
Yeah. How did you know that? I was speaking
Unseen
to Mrs.
University.
Foams earlier. Mrs. Foams? She's the head chambermaid up in the
Okay.
new hall. One of the halls of residence.
Maybe this is how I
Yeah,
unlock it.
the big one that runs off from the huge library. What did she have to say?
Good call,
Just
nerd.
that this wizard had died in mysterious circumstances. Although she sounded like mysterious circumstances are pretty normal up there.
It's the Unseen University, isn't it?
It'd be a nice change if someone died in unmysterious circumstances for a change. Can't be easy working at the university.
Am I going to unlock the university as a
You
place to
couldn't
go?
pay me enough to make me work there. Oh no? No amount of money would make you work there? Well, obviously not a huge amount. For enough money, I'd do anything.
Wouldn't we
Anything.
all?
Well, not involving fish, broccoli, or vinegar.
Okay. Right.
Have you heard of the
I have a
counterweight
feeling I've asked him
killings?
about this one before.
You mean, have I heard that there's an If you haven't,
Right, well, no, that's exciting. I'm going to just leave straight away because we have a clue. Come on, where's the leave button? There we are. Right, so we've got the Merchants Guild. Merchants Guild. Now, we did the Archaeologists Guild. Haven't done the Merchants Guild.
the Merchants Guild was the youngest of the Ankh-Morpork guilds, founded in self-defense by the city's traders and shopkeepers when they realized their role in the grand scheme of things was to be robbed. Robbing fat merchants, it seemed, was a perfectly socially acceptable, even heroic thing to do. Consequently, they weren't the friendliest of guilds either. I wasn't holding out much hope that they'd help me. Evening.
Usually is when the sun sets.
Is everyone in this city a smart aleck?
Who's he?
He used to be a regular at the Mended Drum. He made a reputation as a know-it-all.
Used to be?
The Mended Drum is a bad place to use the phrase, no.
Where did they find his body?
The Shades. And the Diesel Gate. His kidney down a well in Dolly's sister's, I think. Bits of his innards all over the place. Sounds like he had a lot of guts.
There's one thing that I've noticed here. I'm just going to try and get... Oh, it won't let me. It's not going to let me do it. Oh, I didn't do it in time. Right, I'm going to go back to the Merchant's Guild because I've noticed something there. We'll see. We'll see if I can get it.
They were keeping their distance, but I managed to briefly catch sight of
Oh.
the dwarf who was following me.
Okay, I just wanted to get a screenshot of that because it's slightly wrong. Okay.
Mind if I ask some more questions?
How do I ask, you know?
As long as they're not about the incident.
So,
Be my guest.
this is the crest for the Merchants Guild of Ankh-Morpork. Now, it's slightly wrong because it's mirrored, but it's not entirely mirrored because the chicken's facing the right way. On this one, the chicken's on the top right, and the boat's on the top left. They should be swapped around. And the apples on the bottom right and the bulls on the bottom left, and they should be swapped around. The Ankh and the Morpork are in the right position because it's smack bang in the middle. So the Merchants Guild motto is Vilis ad bis priti, which I don't know what that means. Coat of arms, a shield quartered in the top right corner, a Juncock, Jules on a field door. The youngest, founded in self-defense. I think actually this was what was just read out, which is pretty nice. The guild has an annual knife and fork supper held in the upper room of the Mended Drum. Huh. Merchants Guild, ladies and gentlemen. The Merchants Guild. Right, let's first of all just have
So how did you end up
a
working
random
on the
chat
door?
with him. But you see
Hello.
that
There's only so
can't-
many
I can't
good
point there.
positions to go around.
the
I
boat
take
and the
it this
chicken
isn't one
should be
of them.
swapped but not mirrored,
Oh, it's not that bad.
as should the
I get to
bull
hear
and
all the
the
interesting
weird
news from this
appley
job.
looking thing.
And has anything interesting happened recently?
Oh, yes.
Such as...
We got a new kettle.
Okay.
Much nicer than the one with the leak that we used to use.
You boiled water in a kettle with a hole?
Well, we made a lot of steam anyway. It wouldn't stay in the cups, though.
And that's the most exciting
Not the
thing that's
murder.
happened here.
Oh, exciting. If you want exciting, you should see the new colour scheme in the coin shaving room.
Come on. Someone was murdered. Wasn't that exciting?
Don't remember this bit
Oh,
at all.
sure.
Me neither, Rune.
Why didn't you mention that?
A guild policy. We're not to discuss the incident with outsiders.
Okay, coin shaving. Go on.
What's all this about coin shaving?
You haven't heard of coin shaving?
Vilis means cheap.
No. I didn't even know they grew hair.
Well, you take a coin and you carefully shave off some of the gold, which you can then melt down and sell. Easy money.
What does pretty mean? Pretii.
I think I see a problem with that.
Yeah?
Well, I didn't think there was any gold in
Say it again, how
Ankh-Morpork
you
dollars.
spell it. Come on, I'll use my brain.
Well, there
Vilis
isn't.
ad
not
bis
anymore.
pretty.
We
Let
kind
me
of shaved them too much.
So what do you use the coin shaving room for?
just
We
here.
keep the kettle there. It sets off the new decor
Oh,
superbly.
Come on, focus.
That's why you redecorated it?
Vilis ad
No.
bis
We used to keep
pretty,
the old kettle
but instead
there,
of a Y,
only
it's
all the
two
wallpaper
I's.
fell down.
Guild policy. Come on. Guild policy.
I don't understand. Why is it guild policy not to discuss the murder?
Well, as you probably know, we formed the guild to stop the dreadful habit of visiting heroes robbing
Yep.
all the fat merchants.
Yep. Literally, as it says
I
in the
heard
book.
that.
Ah, yonder lies a fat merchant, they cry, using that special landlord a flagon of your finest ale hero talk. Let us relieve him of some of his ill-gotten gains. Pon my scalliard. Next thing you know, they've robbed you blind. That's the thanks you get for years of service.
Years of service carefully mixing
That is
sand in the
literally
sugar and
as it
switching
is
the
written
number plates of
in the
donkey
book.
carts.
Hey, that's a very stilted view. What about all the other top-quality bargains we offer?
Ah, yes. All those
I'm
once
genuinely
in a
quite
lifetime,
impressed with
never
that.
to be repeated, absolutely didn't fall off the back of a cart offers.
Exactly. Plus, we keep the economy of the city running.
By giving small sums to the less smelly beggars?
Annually, yes.
You were telling me about guild policy.
Ah, yes. Anyway, it was decided that it would be the
Is it?
Merchants Guild's policy to fully further the aims of its members, advertise the civic charms of Ankh-Morpork, and beat
Ad is
7
at,
kinds
yeah.
of hell out of anyone
What
with
I'm
a
thinking
leather
is,
loincloth.
if
Advertise the civic charms of
Pre-
Ankh-Morpork.
Pretty.
Are you saying you don't like
If pretty is the
Ankh-Morpork?
value, that's the cost.
Oh, no.
Price.
Absolutely not.
And if the
I
first
heard
one,
what
Villis,
you
is
guys
cheap,
did to Castroaster.
Biss,
Damn straight.
Biss is 2.
He got tired real quick.
Or,
This doesn't explain why
Close.
you can't discuss the murder with
which
me.
would mean Villis,
Well, the
add
Merchants Guild
Biss
is supposed to be
pretty,
the shining beacon
which would
that
mean
shows the
something
rest
like
of the
cheap
world
at 2
how
value,
unsurpassably wonderful
cheap at twice the price.
Ankh-Morpork is.
By
I
robbing
think
them
cheap at
blind.
twice the price.
Oi! Watch it.
Sorry, I really should have been listening to
Sorry.
that guy, I guess.
Continue.
Anyway, the point is,
I
it's
love-
bad publicity
love
if we're
this.
seen to have a
I
murder in
love
our
all of
ranks.
the
Couldn't you
the
sell it
thingies.
as a tourist attraction?
What?
You know, come to Ankh-Morpork, site of the infamous counterweight killings.
We did, you know what?
Show some respect.
We did something there.
A merchant lies dead.
We got that.
struck
We
down in
earned
his
that,
barn.
Brebs.
So do half a dozen other people.
True, but they weren't merchants.
Okay, civic charms.
So how exactly do you go about advertising the civic
That's a very
charms
good
of
point.
Ankh-Morpork?
We pursue those misguided people who publicly fail to recognize the many attractive points of this fine city.
Which are?
Pursue?
Yes, we hire large gangs of men with ears like fists and fists like walnuts to point out that
Only my 2 years of
Ankh-Morpork is
theology
in
went
fact
away.
a marvellously clean and decent city in which to live.
Good old
A
theology.
process whose ongoing nature might be swiftly curtailed if they don't shut up right now.
I suspect they see sense.
Oh yes, even if their eyes are a bit swollen.
Okay, let's ask about the murder, shall we?
About
See,
this
hopefully
merchant
cross this
that
off
was
and we get a bit
killed.
more information.
Sorry,
Oh.
I am not allowed to discuss the incident with outsiders. A guild policy.
It wouldn't hurt to tell me the broad details, would it?
It would hurt a lot.
Oh.
They'd throw me off the roof.
No one's going to know.
I'd know about hitting the ground.
Is it really that important to you?
Okay.
The Merchants Guild takes its policies
How am I going to
very
bypass
seriously.
a policy? Took Latin
So
for a
it seemed.
semester.
I had to find a way to exploit that.
Oh, I missed what he was going to have to find a way to exploit. Threw
No.
me off the roof.
Is-
Takes its
So
policies
it's-
very seriously. Okay, so I need to change the policy? No, it doesn't want to discuss the golden sword.
Have you heard of the Temple
Hmm.
of Anu Anu at Al-Kali?
I don't know anything about that.
Well, I appreciate a quick answer. Let's ask him about the wizard's murder as well.
Do you know anything about the murder of the reader of esoteric occultism?
I can't help you there.
No, that's fair. I appreciate the snappy rebuttal.
Do you know anything about Cypher's murder?
No, can't help. Fine. Jasper Horst would be known.
Do you know what
Surely by the
name
Merchants
of
Guild.
Jasper Horst?
No one
maybe
I
not.
know.
There's talk of a bestial attacker loose in Ankh-Morpork.
Uh-huh.
I was wondering if it might have killed that merchant.
Wonder away. But I'm not discussing the incident with you.
Damn.
How can I change?
Do you know anything
How can I
about
change a
Reagan's
policy?
I can't help you there.
I assume he's just going to say no.
Murder? I couldn't
Absolutely, we could slip it in.
Can you think of any reason that Mundy might
Really
have been
weird
hung
question
upside
out of
down
nowhere,
before
but
he was killed?
I can't
no,
help
I
you.
didn't think so. Malachite's murder.
What do you know about the murder of Mount Malachite?
Can't help me there? No, fair. So somebody's following me again as well.
What do you know about a dwarf named Al-Khali?
No one
No
knows.
one I know.
You could what? Hey, Grand Defense. I missed a lot of the stream. Glad I can watch it back when I get stuck. Yeah, it's. I'm remembering to upload them to YouTube
Do you know
afterwards.
a woman named Ilsa or a man named Two Conquers?
Could just slip it in. How could I slip it in?
No one I know.
That is what she said.
What?
No, he doesn't know anyone. Doesn't know why Mundy's hung upside down. Doesn't know about the sword. I need to somehow change.
Does this mean anything to you?
Change a
I don't know
guild
anything
policy.
about that.
Do these bandages...
No, he's not going to know anything about anything. Crowbar?
Tempt...
No. Okay. I think it's commands with an S on the end. Praggers. It might not be. It might. I don't know why some bits of it aren't working, which is really infuriating. Is there anyone else you can ask about the murders? Nobby. Nobby would be a good person to check in with at this time. I think there's one more thing at the parrot. I will ask Nobby, and then I'll head back to the parrot. Is it a question or a clue or a smell, Rune? Narrow it down. What am I missing?
Just thought we could have a little chat. Oh, all right then. Make it quick.
A clue. Okay. Okay, right. Let's ask about
What can you tell me about
these
the murder
murders.
at Unseen
We'll see.
University? Nothing. Nothing? The university isn't being cooperative. Old Vimes is saying that because it's murder, it's our jurisdiction, but they're arguing that they can handle their own affairs. It's all got political. That doesn't help the inquiry much, does it? What about this merchant that you said was murdered?
something in
can't
the room.
discuss
I'll
that
have
with
another
you.
look. I'll go and have another look.
Well, you must be able to tell me something.
The guilds like to keep these disputes to
I
themselves.
do know
you
what you mean, Nobby. I do.
You'll have to talk to the Merchants Guild.
I've already got the Merchants Guild on there. Let me see if I can sort out these. Because it should... Oh, it shouldn't have an exclamation on the end as well. That should pull them up, and I don't know why it's not doing it, and I'm now angry. We will sort it out. And they were drowned in a vat of wine.
Cipher. He was drowned in a vat of wine.
If you say so. Lucky for some, eh?
I mean, not really lucky. He hasn't given me any information about any of the murders. See if I'm still Oh, has he even
I
started on
told
Reagan's
Nobby
murder?
about finding Reagan's body and the carriage in the river by the Magdalen Bridge, and he promised he'd check it out. I knew Nobby, though. The best I could hope for would be he'd pass a memo on to someone else, and I wasn't hopeful for even that. Nobby had a simple attitude to police work. If a job's worth doing, it's worth finding someone else to do it for you.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm just checking out the, what I think is happening here. Maybe, is because we have tried to use more characters than it allows. So I'm just doing some quick deleting here, and then it should let us use commands. It's saved. Let's see if it'll work now. Oh, hello. Because yeah, it says I've reached my character limit. So we'll try, and it is just command. You are quite correct. No, for some reason that's not working. There are loads. I shall paste them here into the chat as a copy and paste, which is much less technically gifted and more just. It is an absolute mess. It's an absolute mess. I'll have to make it so it pops up something on the screen. Yeah, you're quite right, Sneaky. Unfortunately, so yeah, there's loads of ones, and those pop up the achievements. I also added one that I haven't really done that much, so you can ask the magic 8-ball a question by typing exclamation 8-ball, and then it'll give you like a it'll give you an output, you know, like a magic 8-ball does, really. All sorts of wonderful little bits and pieces, but we shall see. We shall see.
I couldn't exactly slip the fact that Carlotta was a werewolf into
Let's not be
casual
silly.
conversation.
Oh, if you wanted Rincewind to pop up, you have to redeem him on the Pixel Points one. Let's save the game. Storeroom. Overwrite, yes please. On this, I heard the safety save sound. Right, we've done our safety save.
Just thought we could have a little
Did
chat.
you hear that? Redeem. Yeah. Hydrate.
Oh, all right then. Make it quick.
I heard Rincewind, and I heard... And I heard that as well. I heard them. Hopefully you can.
I take it I'm still the prime suspect.
You
for
didn't
Monday's
hear anything.
murder.
Oh, gosh. Oh,
Afraid so,
no.
Luton. I take it you realize that Mundy was hung upside down from the rafters. Well... Yes, of course. Yes. Hung upside down. Yeah. I can't believe that the person doing the most work on this case is also the prime suspect.
Emotes and engagement. It should be there. I think it's because I've had to note fix alert audio. Thank you, Preggers. I have a feeling it's because I've had to do a lot of messing about just to get my microphone to work. So when I get the new microphone stuff sorted, fingers crossed, that should sort everything. It's weird that I can hear it. Because if I can hear it, you should be able to hear it too. If I hide you, Desktop audio. Emotes. Why is emotes and engagement not? It is active. Why? That is very odd. I apologise for that not coming through. I will fix it for the next one. Oh, I love it when things just don't work. It's really good fun, isn't it? Apologies for that. I will get it sorted. I got the chat thing sorted, so it's not half hanging off the screen. Right, Malachite's murder.
Any leads on Malachite's murder? We're baffled.
Yeah, I know you're baffled.
Yes, Nobby, but you're baffled by the way it gets dark every evening. Ha ha, Luton. Very funny.
I was just asking about the counterweight killings in general.
Since I'm no longer a suspect,
all fun and
would
game.
you like to tell
Singular
me something
game.
about the counterweight killings? Sorry, Luton, still can't discuss it.
Right, I don't think he's going to give me anything. Maybe the... Oh no, the golden sword is... Yeah, the get rich quick scheme. Which isn't happening. Right. I was going to head back to the parrot, wasn't I? That's where I was heading. A clue. So finding a clue in the room. Not the candle. I can't take the painting.
I couldn't think of a good reason to steal the painting, even though it would have looked great on my office wall.
3712V was the code for the
It hardly seemed worth searching the bed.
Sniff it. I have
The watch had already searched it, and frankly, it was a pretty nasty bed.
I have sniffed around here before. Outline. Oh, there's an outline now.
I could have erased the outline, but there didn't seem any
That's what
point.
she said.
Sooner or later, someone else would do it, and then there would be no mark left of Mundy. They'd put a chalk outline where
That's
Mundy's
new.
body fell. What was it like, I wonder, to have only a white silhouette to mark your passing?
What was that? I thought there was something else that popped up, but maybe not. It's very hard to see anything, which is a bit of a shame here on the PS1 version. Let's turn into a wolf and we'll have a look. Hello again, nerd. Hope you're doing well still.
The teal scent strongly resembled tobacco
Nobby?
and guilt.
Let's have a look at my package 0 cents. Is it the same?
I guess Nobby's scent had lingered on from when he was here several days ago. I had a feeling his scent was as good a lingerer as Nobby was.
And then that's the apple scent that was in it was in Sapphire's dressing room. Oh, could it be Mankin?
Well, of course it was the same scent.
Yes. So the apple scent is Mankin. Okay. There's nothing else here, I don't think. There's the dark blue puddle, which was Mundy. There's this navy blue, which is
There
Vines.
was a bold scent of navy blue in the air. The scent was too dispersed for me to remember it well.
And then magenta, which is definitely the magenta of my killer.
Unless Mankin, Nobby, or Vimes were the killer.
Yeah.
I guess my murderer had also killed Mundy.
The other room. Fair enough. Fair enough. I shall go to the foot of the stairs and then up the stairs and across them and over to the other room. Really hope I'm not leading you in the wrong direction. Me too. Me too. Into the dressing room or in the main area. I've had a look at the notice board before. Okay, can I drop a not so subtle hint? Yeah, I think we're going to need it.
Wanted, bedmaker and
Ooh.
laundryman for Unseen University. $2 for each day survived. Contact Mrs. Foames at the new hall.
Yes! We got a plink! Okay, so we can now go to the Unseen University, which is up here. Hey! Thank you, Edgehead. Actually got there. Ooh! High energy magic building? Is it, or is it just...
Unseen University was positioned along a large stretch in the River Ankh, and its
That's
campus
odd.
was convoluted enough that it was hard to tell where the university ended and the city began. It would be wrong to say that the people of the city respected the wizards of the university, and it would be wrong to say that they hated them. In fact, all you could really say was that both the citizens and the wizards were glad of the wall that stopped them from having to socialize on a daily basis.
It's a bit odd because that crackling was, as I don't know if you know, most people who have been here for a few weeks will do. I am Dungeon Master for Dungeons and Dragons campaign,
Mrs.
which I've set on
Foames.
the Discworld.
Yes?
And when they went to the university,
seeing.
I described it as
What do
having
you
that
want?
kind of zooming,
May I come
No, you may not.
electrically crackling
I come
around
about
there.
the job.
Is that a fact? Very well, you may enter. But wipe your feet. I won't have the help messing up the carpets. Now, you've come for the job, Mr.
Luton. And yes, I am interested in the job.
Well, as the head chambermaid, the decisions about hiring staff falls on my shoulders.
Right, okay.
Do you have any experience?
Loads.
No,
Ah.
but I'm a fast learner.
Well, the pay is $2 a day.
I don't
There
even
are
know if
no
that's
perks.
good.
If you want it, it's yours.
It must be good actually, because don't the watch get paid like $25 a month? $25 or $30 a month. Let's just have a chat with her first.
Can you tell me about Unseen University?
It's not the business of help to discuss their employers.
Right, okay. Fair. I mean, that was blunt as anything, but okay. Let's ask about bedmaker and
I'll
laundryman.
take the job. When do I start?
You can start now by making the beds.
Oh, okay.
The
Easy
door is
peasy.
through that door. I advise you to leave before the students get back.
Why?
Boys will be boys, Mr. Luton.
It's aged badly.
And apprentice wizards are the worst kind of boys imaginable.
Okay, let's ask her about... While we're here, I guess we'll just ask her about the killing.
Is it dangerous working here? Only I heard that one of the wizards was murdered.
Don't let that bother you, Mr. Luton. The affairs of the
Right,
staff
okay.
are
I'm
not
not going to
our
get any
concern.
information about it, I don't think.
You don't think I'm in any danger?
Goodness, no. The odd death is just the natural course of campus politics, I'm afraid.
That's pretty fair.
It's a shocking turn of affairs, but we mustn't question it. Dead men's pointy boots and all that.
Dead men's pointy boots.
Dead men's
Dead men's
pointy
shoes.
boots.
Yes. No questions asked as to the manner of their emptying, if you know what I mean.
I see.
I imagine I'm going to ask her about the golden. No,
I didn't want to discuss
apparently
the
I'm not
golden
going to ask her
sword
about the
with
golden
just
sword.
anyone. This was clearly something that was worth.
Okay, okay. Anything else I could theoretically ask her about? Not really. No, there's nothing else that would make sense to ask her about there. And nothing there that would make sense to ask her about.
I guess I'd better get to work.
Very good.
Okay, and immediately turn into a werewolf. No,
Mrs. Foles
absolutely
could
no,
probably
don't
see
do that.
me from there.
One of your favourite lines is coming up. Okay. Where am I going? Am I going not to Mrs. Frome's room? Going this way. I vaguely, very vaguely remember this.
The octagon board appeared blank to my eyes, but I had a feeling there was something written on it I couldn't see. A few sticks of chalk, a type of chalk made from octagon carbonate, were resting on the top of the board.
Okay.
I guess it was my job to make the beds. Watch how fast I go. For a brief moment, I considered actually making the beds. Fortunately, good sense prevailed.
Right, I mean, guess we'll go this way? Where am I? Oh, no, tell you what I haven't done my werewolf things. Let's do a werewolf thing in here. Oh, what was that? Sturdy unlocker.
The only interesting thing I could find in the unlocker was some books.
Unlocker with disturbing aroma.
Given the smell of the unlocker, I was grateful it was locked.
Watch how fast I go. Rugged unlocker.
I searched the unlocker but found nothing I wanted to think too hard about.
Unstable unlocker?
Unlike the other unlockers, this one seemed to be levitating a few inches above the ground. Probably one of the students' cantrips that hadn't worn off yet.
Cantrips.
As for the unlocker's contents,
Okay.
the less said about them, the better.
Fair. Fair, fair, fair. Let's turn into a werewolf.
The dorm was full of the jangling sense of the students, but the most surprising thing was the octagon board. As a wolf,
Fair. I didn't expect that to be the answer to that puzzle.
The chalk marks showed up as sparkling traces against the odorless board. It seemed to be a list of subjects the young apprentices were studying. Occult perils of lace making, basic myth and monsters, principles of thalmic imponderability, and temples of the Great Nev. Under the list of subjects were the words, "You must read a chapter
Hydrate,
on each
sorry,
before
Kibbles.
the next
Hydrating,
lecture."
hydrating. Hydrated. Okay, so that's pretty much all we've got in there. Watch how fast I go. And let's immediately turn into a werewolf in here.
Not in front of the porter. I'd
there's
definitely get thrown out.
Is there a porter? I can't... Oh, nice full moon there. Oh, porter, here. Here we go. Come on then, chat.
What are you doing here? The name's Luton. I'm working for Mrs. Foles. You're the new bed maker, eh?
Yes, that's me.
Well, you can't come any further than this, Luton.
Oh, okay, he knows.
Wizards
Who I
only
am?
in the library. Thank you.
Oh, is this the library?
Wizards
Oh, God.
only? Well, wizards, apprentices, and orangutans. Are you a porter? No, I'm a bledlow, and there's a difference, all right?
Okay, let's have a chat.
What's a bledlow? We look after the students. Look after them?
Look after them how?
Just like the watch looks after the city.
Oh, badly.
You throw your weight around and beat them senseless when they do something wrong? That's about the size of it, yeah.
As expected.
You don't mess with the lobsters.
Lobsters?
Just a nickname we've picked up over the years.
Why?
If you see us get our hands on a student, you'll understand.
You make it sound like you're hunting them down.
Of course. All students are guilty of everything.
Okay, do I get to ask him? Let's suppose we'll ask him about
Where
the students.
are all the students?
They're off playing Unseen University Challenge against the students from the Assassin's Guild.
What does that involve?
I don't know. Given the way most sports are conducted round here, it probably involves a very careful inspection of half the pubs in Ankh-Morpork.
What makes you say that?
Oh, they really captured the
Heard of the
discs,
City and Guilds?
like humour really well.
No. When the guilds started setting up their own colleges, there was a lot of rivalry between the various students.
Rivalry?
Well, the university students used to be ambushed by gangs from the guilds, really.
Used to be.
Well, given the faculty's relaxed
I'm
attitude
actually
to,
reading
sudden
Unseen
death,
Academicals at the
most
moment.
of the staff prefer dead students on account of them being easier to teach.
But no worries,
But
grand
I
defence.
gather the guilds
You look after yourself.
decided
I hope to
that
see you again
enough was
soon.
enough because all the bodies around the place made it very hard to open doors.
So what did they do?
They founded the City and Guilds match. See, the idea was to carry a football right from the outskirts of the Shades to the Tower of Art, goals being scored by kicking the ball through the door of certain landmarks.
What sort of landmarks?
The sort with names like the Mended Drum,
Eek.
Bunch of Grapes. The scoring team was bought drinks by the other teams, you see. And after a few years, the Arch-Chancellor ruled that only one goal could be scored in each pub since the
Rincewind
match had
ruining.
for 3 years running. It had gone on for a month. Yeah.
What's this got to do with Unseen University Challenge?
Well, the university tends to leave the City and Guilds.
Yeah,
match to the
it's
guilds.
actually one that I haven't read.
They prefer a more
One of two that I
cerebral
haven't read, and
challenge.
I'd thought that it was a
Such
kind of
as going
Science of
straight to the
Discworld
pub, not
themed
passing
one.
go, and
And I
not
don't really
bothering
like
to
the
come
Science
back.
of Discworld themed one, so I haven't read
That'd
it.
be my guess,
Um,
yes.
But
So
I've
they're not coming back.
been told relatively recently
Oh,
that
they'll
it's
be
not, and it
back.
is just a
They
full-blown
need to come to the library to
full-blown
get their
novel. So
course
I'm reading it.
books.
It's not my favourite so far. That might just be because I really, really don't like the narrator. Let's ask straight away about the wizard's murder.
I hear the reader of esoteric occultism was murdered.
Yep. Old Mason was so full of poison, even the worms wouldn't touch him.
He was poisoned.
That's right.
The other one that I haven't read
Right
is The
here in
Shepherd's
Widdershins
Crown.
wing
I've got
of
it.
the university.
Got a copy of it. Just haven't
You
brought
don't
myself
sound
to read it.
concerned.
Yeah.
I just keep an eye on the students. The wizards can do what they like to each other.
Yeah, it's not your favourite, but it's decent. Plus, your dad was a footballer. Oh, that's amazing. I always wanted to be a footballer. Always wanted to be a footballer. Ooh, wizards. So now that has become Matham poisoned in the
Who
Widdershins
do you
wing.
think killed Matham?
I loved football. Always wanted to be a footballer.
Well, that shouldn't be hard to work out. eh?
Never worked out.
Just see who fills his shoes.
You think it was an internal matter?
I don't see why not.
It's fairly normal.
No one else has got a reason to be killing wizards, have they, eh?
Is that the end of that? Okay. I'm going to ask him about the other ones
Do
as
you
well,
know
just in
anything
case.
about Cypher's murder?
It's not me place to discuss murders, Luton.
Literally what we were just doing, but okay. God, merchant's murder. Is it going to
Have you heard
be
of-
exactly the same? Yeah, exactly the same. Let's talk to him about the golden sword.
I didn't...
No, we're not going to talk to him about that. Right, dead man's pointy boots.
Have you heard the expression, dead men's pointy boots?
Late Grand had always told him, never
Of
bank on it as a
course.
career, always have a backup plan. What
does it
was
mean?
his backup plan?
Well, towards the upper levels of magic, where the number of positions get few and far between, wizards advance primarily by the untimely death of their bosses.
And the pointy boots?
Every wizard wears pointy boots.
Well, the point is, no questions are asked as to the emptying of those pointy boots.
Right. Oh, maybe... No, he's not going to give me anything, but
Have
I'm
you
going to
heard of
ask
the
him anyway.
Temple of
Why
Anu
not?
Anu at Al-Khali?
I'm just a...
No, he doesn't know anything about that. Counterweight killings, just in general.
Do you know anything about the counterweight killings?
He's a senior clerk for a local steel fabrication
Not me
company.
place to
Always good with
discuss
figures.
murders, Lee.
Nice. That seems like quite a stable position. Jasper Horst?
Do you know what
Maybe,
trial
maybe
by the
not. I
name
don't
of
know if
Jasper
we're going to get anywhere with
Horst?
this. No, hasn't heard of him. Reagan?
Do you...
No, nice place to discuss murders, which is fair enough, but I'm still going to ask you.
Can you...
I'm just skipping through these. I don't think that it's going to bring anything up. No, let's have a look at the infantry. I don't think this is going to be anything even vaguely interesting. No, envelopes are not being discussed. Bandages aren't going to be anything. We've got a coin. No. Okay, I think that's all that we're getting from him, and we're not going to be allowed. I assume he's going to stop us anyway. I'll give it a go.
I tried to head down to the library, but the porter stopped me.
Right, so we need to get rid of the porter so that we can get into the
Wizards only
library.
in the library.
He used to play for Cowden Beath FC back in the early 90s. I'm a captain. That's pretty good. I love stuff like that. I always find that the Premier League stuff is like, it's okay. But down in like the lower leagues, there's a lot more passion for the game, I think. And it's not all about money. Like I've been to see like Kidderminster Harriers and things like that a few times. Shrewsbury Town. There's some pointy boots there. There's a curtain there. There's a door there. There's not much else here. Let's go to Mrs. Frome's room. Mrs. Foam's room, sorry. Not Frome's.
Mrs. Folmes?
Well, what do you want?
What do I
haven't
want?
got time to...
Can you tell me about unseen...
Oh no, she says no, pretty much. Instantly. Haven't really got any new information. Haven't got any new leads. I've got Dead Man's Pointy Boots. I've got Matheny Poisoned, which I suppose I could speak to. Maybe speak to Nobby about.
I think you could use a little less...
No, nothing. Bugger.
I guess I'd better...
Indeed.
Right, is that... Can I go down? I can't get... Where is the Widdershins wing? If I go out here, is it just going to be out here? It's going to be out. Right, maybe I'll have a word with Nobby. Can you ask the porter? I did. I asked him about both of those things, and it didn't give me any new information, unfortunately. I'm going to ask Nobby about them now.
Me.
And we'll see. We've got a really nice...
I found out about the murder
Oh, of course,
at the
they weren't
university.
speaking to Nobby.
Really?
His name was Matham, and they found him poisoned in the Widdershin's wing. Tell Vimes.
Mr. Vimes?
Believe it or not, I want to get to the bottom of this case as much as he does.
I don't think anyone could want to get to the bottom of a case more than Mr. Vimes.
These are interesting times.
Interesting times. And Dead Men's Pointy Boots.
Have you ever heard of Dead Men's Pointy Boots?
No. What is it?
Something they mentioned at the university. It's possible that murder was something to do with internal
It
politics.
actually could have been as well.
It used to be that the one legal way to get ahead as a wizard was to kill a more senior wizard.
Really?
I seriously doubt it.
I wouldn't suggest that of the Merchant's
Oh, of
Guild.
course. Yeah, the Merchant's Guild was somewhere else.
Why not?
They're a bit touchy about that sort of thing at the guilds. No one likes an ambitious person.
That's why you've
Why
got
does no one
so
sound
many
concerned
friends.
about murder? I mean, you've got a point. What about the chalkboard? I saw the chalkboard. I didn't get anything from it. I sniffed it as a werewolf, and I found the different things, but there didn't seem to be anything special on it.
I found out he...
I've already told Nobby this. I need to find out about the Merchant's murder, but in order to do that, I need to get into the Merchant's Guild. Can I change it? I don't think so. Let's have a look. Octarine board, Octarine board.
The Octarine board appeared blank. A few sticks of...
Oh, I can use it. Yeah, of course.
I tried to write on the Octarine board with the chalk, but I couldn't see what I was writing. The chalk marks were invisible to my eyes.
Yeah, I know, but how am I going to...
I was pretty sure I'd learned all I was going to learn from using my wolf senses here.
That's all we do.
I tried to write on the Octarine board with the chalk, but I couldn't see what I was writing. The chalk
Can you
marks
check
were
the
invisible
lockers
to my
again?
eyes.
Oh, you said don't ask him about Dead Men's Pointy Boots. I can't. I suppose,
The
yeah.
only interesting thing I could find in the unlocker was some books. The students had their very own unlockers to keep their possessions in. This sturdy-looking unlocker seemed in better condition than the others.
Oh, I didn't look at the actual books themselves.
What have we got? Occult Primer, Monster Fun Grimoire,
Those weren't mentioned.
Fulamyth, The Theory of Thaumic Imponderability.
That one might have been.
Lost Temples of
That
the
one
Great
was.
Nev.
I want to take... Let me take the books.
What?
No.
Occult
No, no, no,
Lo-
no.
I guess the rumors about the students weren't true. They did do some studying.
Is there anything else in here? No, nothing really in here. Can you now change the board? I can't see, so
I tried to write on the
I need
Octarine
to-
board with the chalk, but I couldn't see what I was writing. The chalk marks were invisible to my eyes.
is there some glasses or something I can pick up? I doubt it. Sturdy unlocker, beds, unlocker with disturbing aroma. I'm going to look at them.
Even as a human, I could smell something very disturbing coming from this particular unlocker.
Rugged.
This unlocker seemed rugged.
And this one's floating.
This locker seemed to wobble slightly.
See, that seems very much like a puzzle. Beds. Look at the... I've already looked
I
at the
guess
beds.
it was my job to make the beds.
Maybe use a
Watch out.
clue on the board. Okay, okay, okay.
I suppose I could draw out diagrams relating the murders, but I wouldn't be able to...
Couldn't see them. Okay. I've forgotten what it said was on there. And I can't...
It seemed... I suppose I could draw out diagrams, but I wouldn't be able to...
Oh, no.
I decided not to mess with the Octarine board until I had a definite, sensible plan. Given the way this case had gone so far, that might never happen.
Dead men's pointy boots?
I didn't need to go to such elaborate steps to find out about that. I could probably find a book about it at the Libraris Apocrypha.
I can't see it is the problem. I need some just normal chalk. The chalk outlines. And the library at the Count's place. The Uberwald mansion. Let's have a look. What was the last subject? Something on the Great Neff. Wasn't it? Have I got what I need in order to do it, nerd? Yes.
I altered one of the subjects on the board, switching the Great Nev for Al-Khali. Now all I had to do was see if anyone took the bait.
Hide in the unlocker.
I think I should pay more attention to the books. I didn't think the student... A door led... The only interest...
No, don't hide in the unlocker. Do I just leave now? So I've changed it from the Great Neff to Al-Khali. And then leave and go back and see if they've changed it. I think you come back later. Yeah. Okay, that was an odd one. That was an odd one. Because I'm here trying to find out about a murder, not about the Temple of Anu Anu. But I can find out a bit more, maybe, about Wizard's pointy boots in the Libraris Apocrypha. Which we'll have a look at.
Very well.
So, let's read about dead men's pointy boots. Oh, my baby took over
I
again.
looked up unseen university policy in the library.
Policy!
And found the university prospectus.
Merchants Guild policy.
Not only were the iconographs in it at least 30 years out of date, but the prospectus made Ankh-Morpork sound like the cultural center of the disc, and not the rancorous cesspool that it was. It did mention, however, that progression through the 8 levels of wizardry is determined in part by the acquisition of degree qualifications.
And in part by dead men's pointy boots.
Particularly towards the top of the tree, where the number of places became few and far between, by a policy of dead man's pointy boots. No questions being asked about the manner of them emptying. This information, although thorough, seemed of absolutely no use to me.
However, it has... Let's see if there's anything about policy.
I didn't
Oh,
really know
no.
how to look that up in the library.
Oh, I was so pleased with myself for all of 5 seconds there. Oh, something about the Temple of Anu Anu.
There was a book in the library called Frescoes and Fatal Traps of the Temple
Oh,
of
somebody had torn it
Al-Kali.
out. Yeah, we've done that. Okay, I'm going to go back to my office now because I'm being followed again. So, I think the last time I was followed, it was by Al-Kali. And when I went back to my office, he just turned up. We'll see if we can get him to turn up again. No, we absolutely can't, apparently. Right. Bugger. Bugger. Bugger, 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 bugger. Let's go back to Rodan's workshop, see if Malachite's anywhere near. No, Rodan's still not back either. Poor old Malachite. All he wanted was for me to find Therma. Shame. Real shame. That statue's still pointless, isn't it?
All I knew about the statue was that it was a work in progress.
You can't change the mechanism or anything like that. It's not going to get me a thing. Find Therma. I need to record a thingy for that. Right, not in Rodan's workshop. I'm like, we've coloured in a lot of the map. Like, we've got a lot of different places we can go to. Merchant's Guild not being one of them.
Mind if I ask some more?
Right, let's... no, he doesn't want to ask about the golden sword. We'll ask
I
about
hear
him.
up at the Unseen University, they talk about dead men's pointy boots.
Yes, I've heard of that.
Really?
Yes, they ask no questions about how a wizard's shoes were emptied.
Operate the same policy here, do you?
What? Hey, what are you implying?
Well done, Nobby.
Here you are,
Well
stuck
done,
on the door.
Nobby.
Then a merchant gets killed, leaving a vacancy in the hierarchy.
I did not kill Gaming.
Game in.
But there aren't any witnesses to that, are there?
There aren't any witnesses at all. He was alone in the guild house when... Oops.
Thanks for the information.
Wait. Don't tell anyone I said anything. They'll lynch me.
I'll keep quiet if you tell me everything you know.
No.
Okay, I'll just tell everybody
I've
then.
already said too much.
Well, it was good while it lasted. Now all I had to find out was how Gaiman had been killed.
No.
And I had a feeling I wasn't going to learn that here.
But he was alone in the guild house. Did I not get a clue or anything from that?
About this merchant that was killed.
Sorry.
It would...
I've already gone through all this.
I hear up at the...
I didn't get any new righty scribbles. I didn't get any new righty scribbles. Bestial attacker.
There's talk of a bestial attacker loose in Ankh-Morpork.
Uh-huh.
I was wondering if it might have killed that merchant.
Wonder?
Oh yeah, I've already gone through all that with him. Maybe just a regular chat.
So how did you...
Oh no, we've done that. Coin shaving, guild policy, we've done all that. We've asked all that. Ooh! Didn't ask him about this coin.
Hi.
No. No, I'm not going to either. Just his name, yeah. Game it. Was that... Did that go into the book? Don't remember seeing it in the book.
According to Nobby, a prominent merchant had been killed as part of the counterweight killings.
But that's all I've got. Still, I've got a bit of information there and it hasn't popped up. Hasn't popped up with anything. Gaming. Yeah, well, we are, I guess. Head back to the office. What about death? He keeps telling me that he can't discuss the ongoing matters, doesn't he? I suppose if I've got a name, maybe. I just found it very confusing that I didn't get any change there to the notebook to put the name in there. Right, let's skip past and merchant.
According to the gatekeeper at the Merchants Guild, nobody witnessed Gaimin's stabbing.
Gaimin wasn't stabbed.
Really? How did he die?
He was strangled.
Okay, cool.
Thanks.
Bugger.
Blast.
Oh, silly death. Right. Now I've got some information.
Thanks for filling in the missing pieces about
Good
Gaimin's murder.
idea, Riot.
I'd deem it a favor if you forgot that I told you.
Okay, so we've got... See, we've got a little information here on each one now. But what does it mean? 31 map. Override. Yes. Maybe check the locker again. Oh, you think enough time would have passed now? We'll give it a go. New hall. I'm just getting increasingly lost on this and increasingly reliant on you fine folks. We're still just able to wander in. Right, have they taken the bait?
What have we got? Occult primer, monster fun grimoire, Fulamyth,
and
the theory of thaumic imponderability.
Come on! It's missing one. Book on temples.
I had a feeling I wasn't going to get away with stealing the book. A copy of Frescoes and Fatal Traps of the Temples of Alkali miraculously appeared after I changed the octarine board. I guess the students took their studies more seriously than I thought, but fortunately they still didn't have much idea what it was they were studying most of the time. A copy of Fresco... I guess the student...
Okay, yeah, but I can't take it.
I wasn't going to get away with stealing.
Oh, right, okay. No, I got you. Right, so we Temple of Anu Anu. Use that on the Book of Temples.
The pendant's design matched the one in the book
right,
with the seal of the Temple of Anu Anu at Al-Kali. The temple was famed for its intricate door mechanism, and the book described how to manipulate the seal to open the temple doors. I used the same method on the pendant, and it opened with a faint click. Inside was a small piece of paper with names on it.
Whose names?
One name leapt out at me. Therma. I decided to keep the list to myself.
Therma. Book on temples.
I'd found the plaster-encrusted bandages on the floor of Rodin's...
No,
Now,
didn't care about that. Let's look
I'd
at the
found
list.
a list of
8
8
names.
names in the pendant. The name that stood out was Therma's.
Find Therma, indeed, Rune. And Nerd. But... that hasn't changed anything in terms of any clues. Who else's name was on there? Oh, no, don't. I didn't mean to do that.
I tried to write on the octagon board with the chalk, but I couldn't see what I was writing.
Yeah.
The chalk marks were invisible to my eyes.
No, I'm an idiot. I know I'm an idiot. Let's just get a move on with it and not talk about it. Maybe I could ask the parrot. Let's ask Mankin. Let's have a chat with Mankin. Never a good time for a friendly chat with Mankin.
I'd keep the...
Oh. Okay, no. Maybe not then.
If I...
Okay, let's head back to the Ubervol mansion maybe and have a look in the thingy. I did try to look at the list, but it just said the one that stood out was Therma.
Who would...
Let's have a wee look at in the Libraris Apocrypha. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know how to look that up. Yeah. List. Oh, there we go.
On the list were Mooncalf, Satrap, Therma, Coom, Gelid, Warb, Foyd, and Kondo. Some I recognized.
I recognize Warb.
Some were strangers to me. The question was, what did they have in common? Why did someone have a list of their names, and how did they get
and
it
Mooncalf,
into the
yeah.
pendant?
Right, I suppose we'll go and we'll chat to each of the people on that list. See if we can find what on earth the list is about. Mooncalf first, because I know where Mooncalf is. At least, I hope I do. Let's hope that he's still there. Oh, I went to the Patrician's Palace accidentally. However, the guards are not here. I just saved it not long ago, but I will do it again. Hey, Purple. I hope you're doing well. I mean, I feel like I've missed so much of this playthrough, to be honest. I'm just really bad. Just really bad at it. I can't seem to get anywhere here.
Turning.
No, okay, fine. Yeah, that was completely empty. I just went to the wrong place and the guards were gone. It's a bit odd. I meant to go... Where... No, I meant to go down to the Temple of Small Gods. And we'll hop along this way. Oh, thank you for the follow, Jasterino? 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 Jaster. Thank you for the follow either way. I really appreciate that. Hopefully you like dad jokes or Discworld or both. I mean, preferably you like both. But thank you for the follow. Thank you, genuinely.
I have some... Ask them, if you must.
Oh, I do must. I do must. No, not the notebook. Not the notebook. Not the notebook. Inventory list.
I wasn't about to reveal that I had the list to Mooncalf. I had a feeling that would be suicide. But perhaps I could use it to trap him. Someone told me that you know Therma.
Better.
Indeed. And who might that have been? It's not important. Is she part of your cult? No.
What are they part
No, she's
of,
not.
then?
But you know her. No. I've never met her. I see. What about Satrap?
Are you intending to bore me with a list of people's names? I haven't time for this tomfoolery. I must preach the gospel of Anu Anu.
Thy kingdom Coom and all that.
Yes.
Indeed.
Okay.
I clearly unsettled him mentioning Coom. Now I just needed to sit back and watch what he got up to.
Okay. Again, is this one where I just need to leave it? Go round the other side. Go around the other side, and I think I might have figured something out on my own. Let's go. Go around to the other side of the window. I think maybe. Let's try it. Cemetery of small gods. Oh, come on. Please tell me that we can actually make some progress. Oh, so laggy in the cemetery. I thought there were two people there then. Is this what I'm actually meant to be doing? I'll be shocked if it is.
There were two silhouettes at the window. One was definitely Mooncalf. The other looked like a...
Laggy in the cemetery, what a grave error.
I could just about make out that Mooncalf was saying something.
Ooh, I can change. My hearing gets better when I change into a... My hearing gets better when I change into a what's it noodle. Not a what's it noodle, a werewolf. Werewolves, not swearwolves. Right, window. Because I can hear better when I'm a werewolf.
With my sharpened wolf senses, I could hear what Mooncalf was saying to the troll.
And I think we may have to do something about it. We will have a meeting of the true believers after this evening's sermon.
Sure thing, boss. You want I should go now?
No. You keep an eye on Luton if you can. I'll go back to the sanctuary and leave a message.
Sanctuary? Oh, what a tangled web we weave.
Got it, boss.
Oh, what a tangled web we weave. Okay, what do I do now, though? I felt really clever there for a moment. the lesser spotted what's it noodle. Sanctuary. Can I follow Mooncalf, maybe? Let's go and find out, shall we? All around me are familiar faces. Is he gone? Is he still there? Is he gone? He's gone. Maybe if I turn into a werewolf here, I can do some sniffing.
I didn't want to transform in such an exposed area.
Because I could have found out then who it was, maybe.
If I strain...
No. Okay. I really thought I was doing okay then. And as usual, I've been put right back into my box by my own stupidity. Oh, that's the Merchants Guild. I didn't mean to go to the Merchants Guild. I meant to go to my PIHQ Oh, get on with it.
Mind if I ask some more?
Okay. Oh.
Until I knew what...
Let me speak about gaming being strangled. I know a little bit about it now.
It seems that Gaiman was strangled right here in the Merchants Guild.
How did you find that out?
A little anthropomorphic personification told me. Okay, so it was risky flaunting my discovery over such an easily offended guild.
What about the other guy at the temple?
But how often did you get to consult death on a
Maybe,
murder
yeah.
investigation?
Good call, nerd.
I'd earned the right to gloat.
Yeah. Well, I apparently just came here for a gloat, which works, I guess, ish. Temple of Small Gods. Can't remember his name now. Oh, I've slept since then. I haven't slept since then, actually. The True Believers. Malaclips. Of course it's Malaclips. How could you forget a name like Malaclips?
I need your help again, Malaclips.
That...
Right. True Believers.
I overheard Mooncalf talking about a meeting of the True Believers. I'd really like to know what that was about.
It's tough to find out what the cult of Anu is up to.
Is there any way I could listen in to one of Mooncalf's sermons?
Yes.
The sermons don't take place here.
Okay.
They hold them in the inner sanctum.
Where's that?
The inner sanctum?
It's the center of worship here in the Temple of Small
Close
Gods.
by then.
How come? I mean, there are a vast number of gods and goddesses that the temple has to provide for. Are you telling me they all have to share one room for the services?
Absolutely.
I mean, fair enough.
High priests are always complaining that so-and-so was hogging the sanctum all morning, or that such and such left hair at the bottom of the holy font. It causes a lot of tension around the temple.
Can you get me in there? I'd like to have a look around.
Say yes.
Mm.
Please. Please.
I could arrange to have the sanctum for a while if I told them I had a follower.
I am your follower.
But I don't.
Can I speak to him about being a follower? I'll be a follower.
I overheard...
No, it's the same.
What do you know?
Oh no, we've done all that.
I read out the list of names to Malaclips, and that sounds familiar look came over
Normal
his face.
speech window.
Ah, yes.
Oh, just chatting, you think?
Anu worshippers are these. The first ones. They're up to something secret, too. Out of Malaclips's ears, soft in the darkness, they scheme.
I'm investigating them. Want to know what I find out?
As long as it doesn't cost me anything. I don't make rash bargains, Luton.
That's fine. I'm happy to make a rash bargain. Let's just say I'm your follower.
Which deity do you serve?
Ah!
Don't serve any.
I am forbidden.
Ah! I know every
Okay.
I am.
Errata.
You know...
You get a free...
Here we go. Ask about Errata.
Tell me
Maybe I
about
can join.
the goddess Errata.
There is not...
I think. I'm skipping past it because I have a feeling we've been here before.
So, every misunderstanding that... And presumably most of them believe they were dying
Yeah,
for
she is
something else.
all-powerful.
She must be...
No goddess more powerful. Everyone's a follower, they just
How
don't
come
know
you
it.
know that you're a follower?
Right. Church of Errata.
So is there...
The
Scarlet
And how do you
Totem.
go about
Here
joining
we go.
the
Here's what we
church?
need to know.
I told you.
Oh, everyone's a part of the church. So I just say,
They just don't know it.
I mean, maybe I can ask about this. If I ask about this now, we've already read this a few times. But I don't. You do have a follower though. It's me. I'm your follower. I love everything you say. There's nothing on here. No, conspiracies I don't think is going to get there.
If I... Because...
In other words, you can...
Yeah, it's how we see black holes. It's fine. No. Bugger.
I'll have...
Right, maybe if I use... No, I don't even have the emblem anymore. Maybe if I use the list with him?
I read out the list.
Oh no, we got that. Okay. But how, if I just want to join your church, Malaclips. Mostly so that you can go into the inner sanctum. Is that the inner sanctum? Totems. Ooh!
I didn't need a totem, and I wouldn't steal
I
one
do
from
need
here
a totem.
even if I did. Religious emblems were scattered throughout the place.
I need a totem for Arata.
The sacred lace of Hyperopia, the goddess of shoes. The holy trolley of Mr. Safeway. The blessed chamber pot of the whinging martyrs of Constipata. Anything could become a sacred relic if you weren't careful enough.
That's interesting. I don't think I'd seen that before. Is there anything then in his little area that I can pinch maybe and use as a totem? I mean, doubtful. Doubtful. Luton's there. Malaclips is there. Nothing else. And I don't have anything. Don't think which could be seen even a little bit as a totem. Right, I think I'm just gonna have to go. I found a list. I could speak to Warb. Maybe about the True Believers. Oh no, because the Saturnalia is closed. I don't know where Warb is. Try Saturnalia again. I imagine it'd still be closed. There's been a murder outside. My murder. Yeah, locked up
Saturnalia
tight
was
still.
locked up tight.
We've already looked over my chalk outline. We've already done a... I think you need to speak to someone else first. Let's go and speak to a few people then, shall we? Try the Cafe Ankh. Ooh. I will do. I'm going to have a quick chatette with Nobby first.
Oh, all right then. Make it quick.
Just see if there's anything. Here you go. I found a little bit more out actually that I can tell him
His
about.
name was Gaiman, and he was strangled.
How did you find that out?
I was told by the Tooth Fairy.
Or death.
Really? Clever of you to track her down.
Anybody ever told you you're credulous, Nobby?
All right, I know. But I've got some special ointment for it.
I found out about the murder at the university.
Have I told him about these already?
Really?
I think I have.
His name was Matham, and they found him poisoned in the Widdershin's wing. Tell Vimes.
Mr. Vimes.
Believe it or not, I want to get to the bottom of this case as much as he.
Told him about that, and
I found out.
I think I've told him about this. Oh yeah, because he says that there are worse ways to go. Lucky for some.
Until I knew what this meeting.
No. Let's have a look at the Cafe Ankh. Who's going to be in here? Is it Samael? Are we speaking to Samael? Because we trust Samael. And we've got a lot of things we haven't asked Samael about as yet.
Mr. Luton.
For a start.
I'd keep.
No.
Do these bandages mean anything to you?
I would.
No, doesn't know anything about that.
I had a.
Mundy's coin doesn't want to be shown.
Does this mean anything to you?
I would.
Doesn't know anything about that.
What do
The
you make of?
perfume. Doesn't know anything about that.
Thanks again.
Oh no, I didn't mean to say goodbye. Right, let's try this again.
Mr.
Right, clues. True believers. Yeah, he doesn't want to just discuss it with anyone. Golden
this
sword.
was clear.
Doesn't want to just discuss it with anyone. Dead man's pointy boots.
I
doesn't know anything about it. Drowned in wine.
I didn't want to bother some.
No.
I didn't want.
No. No.
Do you know what?
No, doesn't know them. Doesn't know. Oh, you're getting really.
I couldn't exact.
Right. No. Nothing from Samael. Nothing from Samael. We're gonna head to the Ubervold mansion then. Come on, let's go, Chicken Moringo. No, there is no Carlotta here at the moment. But we can try a house. Ask if she's home? Maybe. Von Ubervold. And then who do I want to visit with? And I say Carlotta. And then he tells me she's not there, probably. Cool. Maybe she is. Chatting to the guy at the temple, unless you need to find Warb first. Don't know where Warb is.
You can't keep yourself away from me, can you, Luton?
I just wanted to ask some more questions.
Dangerous woman to know, Carlotta.
So, how many people have you
Stretch. Okay, don't.
I'm not that kind of a werewolf.
killed? I suspected you were a killer even when you were just a woman. Now, I'm certain of it.
Good stretch.
I
Good
was
stretch.
never just a woman.
You expect me to believe you've never killed anyone?
I have a lot of self-control.
It didn't seem that way when we kissed.
Don't mistake passion for a lack of self-control.
Do all werewolves see the world the same?
Everyone sees the world differently, Luton. That's what life is
See,
all
she
about.
could if I stop being
I meant the colors.
quite so horrible.
Do you
She might.
see the same colors I do?
What color is the smell of the river
Green.
Ankh to you?
A kind of cacophonous bright green.
I guess we do then.
Whoever killed me had a distinctive magenta scent. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Doesn't ring any bells.
There was something else about it.
Sparkles.
Like a kind of fluorescent sparkle.
Like a greenish yellow purple?
That's the one.
That's octarine.
That's octarine, isn't it?
Octarine? Sounds like a type of fruit.
It's the 8th color of the spectrum.
8th?
The
What is it,
basic
Kibbles?
color of which other colors are merely pale shadows impinging on conventional reality. The color of magic.
conventional reality?
Or
Kibbles, what were we on my
passes are
god in?
conventional on the Discworld?
Do you have
What's
the
that
glove
supposed to
hand?
mean?
If I always knew what I meant, I'd be a genius.
So what smells of octarine?
Anything magical.
Then how come I've never seen it
The
before?
goodbye hand.
There must be 100
Not the
magical
spanking
things
hand.
in the city.
Stop it.
Unseen University should glow like a sparkler.
Mortals can't see it, only wizards. Although we can smell it, of course.
That doesn't explain why Unseen University doesn't reek of it.
Well, it fades quickly in sunlight, and in extreme cases, walks away.
I've been sent messages on my personal phone number by somebody.
Have you seen anything strange around town
Filthy.
recently?
What kind of strange?
A little birdie eater told me
Not
that
that kind of
Malachite
filthy.
was killed
Not
by
like
something
actually.
bestial.
Not, oh, take
A
all that back.
werewolf?
I don't think so. Whatever, it was vicious.
You don't think, well, you should hear.
I think whatever
we-
this thing is...
We haven't done that yet. I'm going to ask her about
Tell me
Jasper
about
Horst,
Horst.
because we don't know where he is
What's
at the
to
moment.
tell? He's a treasure hunter, as ruthless as they come. He'd sell his own mother to get what he wanted. Rumor has it that he pushed his father off the mountain when he was just a pebble.
Have you had any dealings with him in the past?
Occasionally,
But where is
Horst
he
is the
now?
kind
That's
of
what we need to
troll
know.
you
Not
try
what he's done in the
not to
past,
work
is
with
where is he now?
unless you really have to.
Okay.
Do you?
I don't think
No,
they're going to...
I don't.
No, I don't think she's going to know anything about any of these.
I'm not an ex.
Dead Men's Pointy Boots?
I'm sure you.
No. And True Believers?
Until I was...
No.
And Frank...
And I can't ask her about Anu. Anu
I take it you don't...
Do
doesn't
you?
know where the golden
Frankly, my
sword is.
dear,
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
the person... Can you...
What? No. Why?
Well, I did. I thought...
I've asked her that already. She got quite angry.
Do these bandages mean anything to you?
I'm sure you.
No, they don't.
I gotta...
It-
mean anything?
No,
No.
we've asked her this already.
Until I was sure I could trust her, and frankly,
Okay, nothing from Carlotta.
I'll be in...
I'll be.
What do I need to get from something? See, I don't have anything in my notebook about errata. Do I? No, I don't. Nothing about Malaclips even as well. Nothing about errata. Not the... No, because I can't... I was thinking... I could put errata on the board and get some books from her. Get some books about her. But I don't have anything on errata. Chatting to the guy at the temple. See, I don't know where warp would be. True Believers may be in the book. Potentially. We'll give it a go. We'll give it a go, nerd. I want to go to the library. I want to ask about the True Believers. You never know. You never know. I mean, it's probably going to be nothing, but... Fingers crossed, eh?
I didn't really know how to look that up in the library.
It's probably going to lead absolutely nowhere, but... No. So no, nothing. Ooh. List? Didn't know how to look it up. And that's entirely fair. There's nothing else. See? If I had something about errata, I'd be able to look it up. Malaclips. I have another chat with the old Malaclips. Right, yeah, back to the temple. It's really annoying me because he says everybody's a follower. And that's like, okay, so you've got followers then. Everything should be okay.
That
I read out the list of...
Oh, yeah, the familiar, yeah.
out of Malaclipse's
Could be one of those
ears,
things you need to ask
soft
about multiple
I'm investigating.
times.
Want to know what I find?
I
Okay, so I've asked him about that first, and now ask him about that. Oh, go away.
I don't... Something about...
Go away, you. Not you. Right, notebook. True
I
Believers.
overheard Mooncap.
It's
Is there any way...
the sermon.
Inner Sanctum.
it's the-
Yeah, we got that.
I mean,
It causes an...
And then, ooh,
can you get me in there?
excuse me. Can we
I'd
get
like-
in there?
I could
Maybe
arrange to have the sanctum for a while if I told...
them I had a follower. So we go out, and we'll talk
Which
to him,
deity do you...
ask about
Tell
Errata,
me about...
Church
So
of
is there
Errata, and then ask him about that again.
I overheard Moon... How...
Skip past
Yeah.
that.
I could arrange, but I
But I don't. But I'm your follower. It's getting really frustrating now, because I'm a follower. We've asked about the dead man's pointy boots.
What do you know?
He wasn't killed.
So...
We've gone through on that
What
one.
about the... Do you...
Internal
it is of
politics.
no consequence to the...
Okay,
Even
so
if they
he's happy that
accidentally
it's
summon hideous
internal
demons
politics
from
as
beyond
well.
space and...
As long as...
I
Gammon
heard of
strangled, prominent
That's right.
merchant,
A
gangland killing by the Shin Kicker Triad.
They told Bjorn Iron Trader to stop trading with...
I don't think...
Maybe.
Reagan's murder.
Do you know anything...
Reagan was...
Dwarfish
was rubbed
tongs,
out
rumbled
in a
together, skin
gangland
chicken
scut.
tried neckly for elite. See, all of these things weirdly do tie together.
Do you know...
Al-Qaeda,
Yeah,
the dwarf
a
associate
minor
horse,
player in the greatest...
annoying. Mundy hung upside down.
Why was... And why...
His body was offered up as a sacrifice to the creatures of the dungeon dimension.
That's interesting.
The fetid obscenities. Except Errata caused
Maybe
them
it's
to
the
get
order
their
you
rituals
ask.
confused, otherwise the city would...
See, I'd have thought it would just be a case of speaking about Errata, joining the
You said you knew all but...
temple,
what's
and
the
then
one
straight
conspir-
into the
If I
thingy.
knew that, I would...
You don't know anything.
Because
Okay, yeah, we've asked about
What?
all of these bits.
that...
Maybe now we'll go back again.
I overheard...
That...
Can we
It-
get in there?
Can you get...
But...
But he does have a follower. Talking about Errata, then the meeting. That's what I've done. I have given that a go. And I don't have the option now. And I don't have any kind of clue, nothing written down about Errata. And I don't have...
Do you know what this... What's...
Nothing.
The
Assassins.
Hashashin?
I looked up, but it
The
looks like you're doing it
original
right, but it's not
assassins.
triggering. Oh no.
A band of mad killers. They derive... No.
So we talk to him,
I need...
and then talk to him here. Maybe if we don't
Which
talk to
deity
him
do you
about
serve?
the thing first.
I don't... s-
Because I should be able to just say errata there, surely.
You get a free...
If we know. Not sure if you're supposed to do something beforehand.
Tell me about...
Okay, let's skip through this.
How come...
Okay, hold on. And the Church of Errata.
The Scarlet Totem.
Scarlet
And how do you-
Totem. And then go back, and then I'm going to speak to Malaclips again. Speak here,
Which day?
and then... Do I say I serve Errata? No, I don't.
I am forbidden.
Okay, I'm going to ask about Errata again until we get to the totems. Everyone's a follower, they just don't know it. I only think I'm a follower. Church of Errata. Sigrun is a scarlet totem that I wear around my neck. Okay, and now I'm going to go over to the totems. Right, there's no other totems around here, are there? We'll just go straight through.
I didn't need a totem. And
I
wouldn't
definitely
steal one from
need
here
a
even if
totem.
I did.
Maybe if I use True Believers Meeting on the totems.
I didn't.
Maybe get rid of the conspiracies options before you ask. Maybe. See, because I want him to think that I am a proper follower of Errata. Okay, let's have a chat then. Because now that I know, I don't know why he doesn't just say I'm a follower of Errata.
You said you knew all.
All the great conspiracies, Shadow. Right, okay, now we ask about Errata. Do I do it before asking about the Church of Errata?
Then why doesn't
Everyone.
Okay, just looked at apparently talking about the meeting, then Errata is supposed to unlock a discussion about the inner sanctum.
Errata? So
Right, hold on. Right, we'll say goodbye. Try it again. So we'll go straight in for the True Believers meeting first. And then
can you get me in?
Errata afterwards.
Which day?
I served, didn't finish.
You
Ask about Errata.
tell me about the goddess.
I've done it, I think, the other way round. I asked about Errata and then the meeting. Church of Errata. Nothing. This is a bit... Right, okay, last... So I don't need to have a totem or anything like that. I don't need to say that I'm a follower of Errata.
I need your help again, Malaclips.
Right. Talk first. Maybe a glitch. I remember this being a bit buggy. It can be, yeah.
You said you knew all.
Right, get rid of this conspiracies thing. Then True Believers meeting. I'm not sure about a safety save at the moment, Donkey. Because if this is glitched out, I don't want it saving the glitch. Everyone's a follower. And then I'm going to ask about the meeting again. Pardon me. And then I'm going to go back and ask about the Church of Errata.
They just don't know it.
Oh no. Oh, I don't think I've put mini runes plural as part of the triggers for that. Right, let's make like a tree and get out of here. I'm going to go and then I'm going to come back. Don't save here if it's glitched. Yeah. There it is. Okay. I don't know how far back the glitch would go though.
I doubled back on myself, trying to get a good look at the dwarf who was following me. It was Al-Khali. I slipped away into the streets before he realized I'd spotted him.
Okay, let's try it again. Right, so we ask first about the meeting.
I need your help.
And then about Errata.
I overheard Mooncalf talking about a meeting of the true believers.
It causes...
Okay.
Which deity do you serve?
Oh, it annoys me that there's no Errata option for that.
Oh, yes. The goddess is
Say it.
shrewd in her way.
Say what?
She must be very... Then why doesn't she just make it?
Everyone is a follower, they just don't know it.
I only
Hostage
think
check.
I'm a follower of Errata.
Yep, fair enough.
I might be a follower of someone else.
Errata thinks of everything, doesn't she?
Right. I think it must be this because this is the higher number. I'm pretty sure it goes by number. I'm going to load. See how far back this glitch has gone. I'm a little bit... Arg. Right, do I have the true believers? I don't have the true believers at this point. No worries, nerd. So, do I have the list? I've got the list. Right. We can but try. Maybe I have to do it before going out and seeing them chatting or something. No, because I only get the True Believers meeting from hearing them chat. Right, let's use this.
The question
on Mooncalf. Really hope it doesn't glitch again.
I wasn't about to reveal that I had the list to Mooncalf. But some...
Right. We've done that now, I think. I skipped past it, obviously, but... I've got my heart in my throat at the moment, because I'm just hoping that it hasn't, like, glitched permanently. Good night, Preggers. You look after yourself. I hope you have a lovely night's sleep. Right, and then we turn into a werewolf here. And then we go to the window. Thanks for the stream. No, no worries. Yeah, I've got my fingers crossed.
With my sharpened wolf senses,
My fingers
I
are
could
crossed.
hear what
Thank you,
Mooncalf
Praggers.
was saying
We'll
to the
see, I
troll.
guess.
And I think we may have to do something about it.
Right.
Sure thing.
Keep an
I'll go
eye
back.
on Luton. Right, so we have our true meeting, true believers meeting in the book. I really hope it's not a permanent glitch. This, unfortunately, is the danger of playing on a game which released 20 or so years ago on the original hardware that it's playing on as well. So all of those bugs and glitches are intact. And we do, every now and then, come across them where it fails to load, or in cases like this, things don't quite load or kick in properly. So we'll see. I really hope it hasn't gone that far back. So I'll speak to Malaclips.
I need your...
So we speak about the True Believers meeting first.
I overheard... The...
Inner Sanctum, Inner Sanctum. Absolutely. High Priests, lot of tension. Don't have a follower. Errata, just say Errata.
You know, so...
You get a free...
Right, ask about
Tell
Errata.
me about the goddess
God,
Errata.
I really hope this isn't broken.
It did.
Every misunderstanding was Errata's. Everyone is a follower. Just think I'm a follower. I might be a follower of someone else, and I wouldn't even know
Errata
it.
thinks of it. So is... And how do you
Scarlet
go about
Totem.
I told
What?
you.
I just can't get out of my head that I need that totem. Let's have a bit of a look. I'm getting a little bit frustrated with it now. Inner Sanctum. How get in Discworld Noir. Go to Malaclips, talk to him about the meeting of the believers, and then the errata clue. I don't have an errata clue. That's my problem. Okay, because it says here that it's a clue errata. Okay, cool. Cool. Right. Cool. I think. Because it needs to be, it's not just speaking about errata, but specifically a clue for errata, which is what you need to use. I'm going to keep myself up while I'm just zooming through the city, because I've got a very pretty face. I don't, but you're going to put up with it anyway. So we need to go to the Von Ubervold mansion. We've had to use a bit of a guidey cheaty bit because we were going absolutely nowhere.
Who would...
I'd love to see Carlotta, if you could, please, Robert Llewellyn.
I'd like...
So we'll just hang about a second while he gets her, and then we need to ask her about loads of murders and then confront her, apparently. And her alibi is that she was doing something with errata, and then errata gets added to the notebook, and then we can use that in order to kind of use it in terms of the actual clue to then get thingy.
The person can...
What?
No.
Well, I thought...
Monday. Did Carlotta kill Monday?
Did you kill...
What? What?
It's...
So what?
Let...
If I had...
That dip.
On what?
On why
we're
you
skipping
did it.
past it. I
I'm
think
a
we've got it,
simple
Rune. I
man,
think we've got it.
I have The trouble is...
Here we go. Let's...
Things are seldom. It's always
think we've
somewhere
got
in
it.
the middle ground.
That must be...
I swear though,
I didn't kill him.
Do you have
she gave
I
me an
told her
alibi
when the
before.
murder took place and asked her if she... I wasn't surprised. Frankly, she was
There are witnesses.
And
I
Where
was
were
in...
you? Temple of
Spend a
Small
lot-
Gods.
We all need a little absolution.
Because that
for your
spend a lot of time
sins?
on your knees, sister, was
Everything
part of
I
our
do is a sin in
stream
someone's
highlights.
eyes.
You didn't give me the actual where you were though.
Ray,
I'm not
you know,
every month. Nope.
where were
When?
shortly after
When?
Right, she says she was at the
the
Temple of
person
Small
who killed.
Gods.
Can you?
Why?
Well, I did.
Right. Then Malachite's
I told
murder as well.
Carlotta when
I was at...
a
A
service.
service.
I bet. Why don't you?
I wouldn't be allowed.
How do you know I'm
I doubt...
a man? Don't you have a
Okay, here we
recruitment
go.
policy?
I don't think I've
I'd
asked her about
rather
this
not
one. This
talk
might be where
about
we were.
religion. It's such a controversial subject.
Carlotta's alibi. Come on.
I can't help but notice that your recurring alibi for the murders is that you were at the Temple of Small Gods.
Everyone needs a little
That
solace
is still
now and
so
then.
cold.
You seem to need it a lot.
I'm not
It's got a
easily
funky little
satisfied.
seal on the top
Which
as well.
god is it that you worship?
I really don't like to discuss...
Come on, tell me.
Come on. I only want to know the name.
All right. Her name is Errata. But I don't appreciate you prying into my spiritual affairs like this.
Can I pry into your physical affairs?
My affairs are never just physical.
I bet you say that to all the boys.
Glove hand. There we go. We've got errata. Glove hand. Right, let's go. There it is. Yeah, it wasn't just speaking to him about errata. It was the specific clue for errata. Right, here we go. Malaclips, we're on the way. I don't know what else I've missed. You're right, nerd. Yeah, you know what? You're right. I'm going to safety save now. 33. Yes, let's do. Come on. Here we go. Right, fingers crossed now.
I need...
Okay. Let's go with True Believers
I
meeting.
overheard Mooncalf.
We know that. Get me in there. Doesn't have a follower.
Carlotta says she's a follower of Errata. Is
So
that
it's not
right?
me. It's
Bah!
Carlotta.
I am the only true follower of Errata in the whole of Ankh-Morpork. Unless you have seen the light, Luton.
Seen the light?
Do you believe in the ways of Errata?
How could I not? Surely, Errata is the most worthy of all gods to follow.
Either you've just had a miraculous conversion or you're learning to lie. Good. A useful skill in followers of Errata.
Right. The inner sanctum. We got there. Let's go.
So if I agree to be your follower, you can get us
Thank
into the inner
goodness.
sanctum.
Remember
Yes,
the perfume.
I
Oh, I
can.
shall, nerd. I shall.
But you wouldn't really be my follower. The followers of Errata don't follow each other. We don't even follow Errata. We follow our own ways.
Mysterious.
So why is there a church of Errata at all?
You're learning, Luton. Keep thinking like that and you'll go far in the church.
So can you get me into
Please
the
get
inner
me in
sanctum?
there.
I can, provided we can find a time when the cult of Anu aren't there.
Are Mooncalf's lot in there often?
Yeah,
All
fairly
the
often.
time. And that's not all either. He sneaks away after each one. I think they've got a secret sanctuary.
Yes, I need to know where that
somewhere.
is.
I'd like to find that.
Actually, I'd quite like you to find it too.
Can't resist a secret, eh?
No, I'd just like to get in the way of everything Mooncalf does. Him and his big evangelical budget and hordes of out-of-tune followers singing and chanting.
He's
at
not
all
a
hours
fan.
of the day.
Not a fan of Mooncalf at all.
He's gonna get his comeuppance, and anything I can do to speed it up suits me fine.
So you'll help me?
Wait here. I'll go and make the arrangements.
Fingers crossed we might be getting somewhere.
It took a while, but eventually Malaclips got me into the inner sanctum.
Okay.
Malaclips stayed by the door to warn me if anyone was coming.
I mean, good old Malaclips. Is that a picture of the disc? Let's see. That's that. First thing I'm going to do... No, this way, Luton. Don't do that. Turn into a werewolf? No, okay. Maybe not. Let's just go and have a look. Oh. Right.
The perfume
So that it follows him and I can follow the perfume, right?
What would be the point of leaving that on the lectern?
Or not?
The coin...
No.
I don't...
No.
There was no...
Oh, I thought I was really clever then.
I didn't...
Okay.
The name...
Oh no, go away. Stop it. What are you doing? I'm such an idiot. No?
What would be the point of leaving that on the lectern?
Not yet.
The
Okay.
inner sanctum. The plaque said it was donated to the temple by Mr. Fedean, of the militant servitors of Ikebana, goddess of topiary. Searching, I
Okay.
discovered there was a cavity in the
Ooh.
base of the lectern.
Okay, that can go away. We search it. Can we get into it?
The space under the lectern was large enough to fit a whole person
I'm inside it. Okay, cool.
Unfortunately, there wasn't much room to
That's
move
fine.
inside. To my embarrassment, I got stuck.
Luton, they're coming.
Eek.
Hide.
I'm way ahead of you, Malaclip.
Oh no.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered together in the sight of our God, Anu Anu, to speak of our devotion to the Anointed One at this, our time of... But before today's sermon, I'd like to read from the cult bulletin for a moment.
Okay.
Firstly, there's a jumble sale next
Now,
Saturday
I haven't
to
got-
raise funds to buy a fresh
I
goat
don't have any
to
control.
sacrifice.
I'm
We'd
guessing I have to
appreciate
hold
if
it
as many
under him or
cultists
something.
as possible could attend. We don't want to have to sacrifice another pigeon. It hardly befits a
How has that
deity of
kept
the
it so
illustrious
cold?
wonder of Anu Anu to be sacrificed another of Mrs. Jerboam's gerbils either. Yes, I know they breed like flies, but that's not the point.
The
Okay, come
sermon
on.
was one of the most tedious things I'd ever had to listen to. And as if that wasn't bad enough, then the hymns started. Why the gods wanted to listen to such droning monotony was a mystery to me, but I suspected they just liked to make the mortals suffer.
Okay, now. Go, go, go. Perfume. Mooncalf's feet, and then we can follow the perfumey
I
footprints.
sprayed Mooncalf's feet with Sapphire's trawl perfume. That should make the little psychopath a little easier to follow.
Nice. Nice. So that should be a pretty blazing trail. And we'll be able to follow that then to his secret hideout. I mean, we might even be able to follow it without turning into a werewolf with how strong it is.
Sapphire's perfume cut through the stench of the river like a trawl wading through a dwarf street rally.
Oh yeah, I see it moving up to the right.
Bright reek led into the shades, the oldest and most dangerous part of the city.
Shades. Let's not.
As a wolf, I listened to what the so-called true believers were saying through one of the
Oh,
windows
they're
of the sanctuary.
probably plotting to kill me.
Greetings, brethren. I call to order this extraordinary general meeting of the secret cabal of the true believers of Anu Anu.
You smell nice tonight, boss.
What?
What is that? KC2?
What are you blathering about, Foyd? Anyway,
So Foyd
I see
is
we're all
the
present.
troll.
Therma not present, boss.
Therma has to keep a low profile at the moment. Do not concern yourselves with her absence.
Why should Therma have such special status? I have important business of my own to be doing, and these interruptions aid no one. Quiet, satrap. Mooncalf wouldn't have called us together
That's
if it wasn't
Warb.
important.
Indeed not. There is an investigator,
Ooh.
a Mr. Luton, who's been asking worrying questions. I think he may know about Nylon Ethertep.
Nylon
I do
Athetep.
now. I still say this is madness. There must be a better way to glorify our beloved Anu Anu without taking such risks.
You always were the
Coom.
spineless one, Coom.
Silence, Kondo.
We're
As
getting a lot of
chairman, I will not
names.
permit such disputes when the meeting of true believers has just been called to order.
When can we have a dispute?
It can wait until we reach any other business.
Damn.
Shh. What is it?
I heard something outside.
They say bravery is what tells the men from the boys. Well,
Am I going to run away?
I was a wolf, so I figured I could be brave and still run away.
Okay, but do we know where this is? It's just in the shades. I hope it's at least on the map now or something. Okay, we are back at our office. No, nothing in the office, so we're going to just leave it again, I guess. There we go. Sanctuary. Let's pop by. Oh, we're just gonna walk straight in there. Oh gosh. A fresco.
Closely examining the fresco, I could see that one of the symbols made a frequent appearance. The recurring symbol on the fresco was like a distorted star with an eye in the center. I wasn't sure what it was.
Distorted star with an eye in the center. Not one I remember.
For some reason, the cultists had a map of Ankh-Morpork in the
I've got a map of
sanctuary.
Ankh-Morpork actually. If you haven't seen it yet, I've got it. It's all in my bag actually. It's all down here because this is where I'm keeping all of the stuff for my Dungeons and Dragons campaign. And there's oh, I nearly wet myself thinking that had ripped. Then it's just it's just quite green. Literally nearly wet myself. Thinking it had ripped, but yeah, I've got my map of the wonderful twin city of Ankh-Morpork. Oh, phew! I genuinely thought that I'd somehow ripped it in twain. Luckily no. But yeah, it's huge. I've also got a few. In fact, I've got all 4 of the Discworld maps. So there's the actual, just in case you haven't seen it, the Discworld itself, which has a lot of green on, and I'm not panicking about now. And they do still fold up relatively nicely. There's a huge amount of green on the back of that, but it's apparently not close enough to my green screen. And I've also got Lanka as well, in addition to the Discworld Companion. This is really old now. This is, I mean, It was £13, the price on the back when I bought it. When was that? It would have been about 20 years ago. This revised and updated edition published in 2003. Exactly 20 years ago. I loves it, I do. I loves it. Game. Right, let's see how much we can get back through now in the last 10 minutes.
I couldn't easily take
Oh,
the
you
map,
could easily take the map.
but I could use it to work out some things.
Interesting. Okay, let's use that on here, shall we?
The map.
Right. Could the map help with the 3 murders that we've got? Yes, 1 there. Matham poisoned. We can mark that on there. Okay, so they're quite close together. Strangled in the Merchants Guild. That's a little way.
For some reason, the cultists had a...
Okay, Reagan as well. Reagan. Oh, counterweight killings. Can I mark them on? On the Magdalen Bridge? Maybe? Is that Reagan's one?
The murders seem to be along the edge of a circle. I guess if there were any more murders, they'd take place somewhere on that circle too. In the center of the circle was the Disc Theater.
Intriguing.
I had a bad feeling about that.
Ooh, I get to unlock the disc. I'm going to have a look as well at Reagan's murder. Is that on here?
The murders seem to be along the...
Right, okay. Okay, so we are just popping to the disc then, I guess. Nothing else. Fresco, strange symbol. Can I do anything with the strange symbol? Made a sketch. Brilliant.
In my notebook.
I can have a look at that in the library's, whatever it is. Weirdly, we've got a few minutes to go and we're actually making progress. Right at the end, we're making progress. There's the disc. Why is it that it leaves until we get right to the end, until we start making some proper headway? Libraris Apocrypha, bitteschön. And then I'm going to have a look at what that star symbol thing is. Oh, it is literally a drawing of it. Oh, he's found something. Exciting times.
I found the obscure star-like symbol.
Oh, that's
in
not
the
good.
Necrotelecomnicon discussed for students. It called it the sign of the Eel, or the Elver sign. It was apparently a protective ward against some of the older, darker gods of the Discworld. The tome also explained how to inscribe one, the order of tracing being very important.
I'm going to need to do that at some point.
Not that I believed any of this mumbo-jumbo, but hey, you can't afford to be too careful, right?
Okay, a protective ward is something that I'm absolutely fine with and I can very much get behind. What did I just note down? Elver sign is what I wrote down. And, ooh, while we're here, about nylon.
The Necrotelecomnicon was a book that legend spoke of, saying that any mortal man who read it would be driven insane. I learnt about it from a copy of Necrotelecomnicon discussed for students with practical experiments that I found in the library. In this tome there is a description of the old dark gods of the Disc, including the terrible laddering holler, Nylon Athatep. Apparently, Nylon Athatep was once summoned by a series of 8 murders forming a perfect octagram, focused at the center of the Circle C, thus releasing it from the sunken city of Leshp, where he was trapped, along with drunken Cthulhu Bapalulu. The book speculated about the whereabouts of Nylon Athatep now, but beyond him being safely imprisoned somewhere around the Circle C, it drew no conclusions.
Bugger. See, because Ankh-Morpork is quite close to the circle, see? And if there are 8 killings, octagram of murders... Oh, that's just not good. Not good at all. Before I go to the disc, I'm going to go back to the sanctuary to see if that octagram of murders can be used on the table. Not good at all. 8 murders. We've had, what, 4, maybe 5? Malachite's murder. Never put that on there. That's not... not part of the counterweight killings. Didn't put Malachites on there. Right, I'm going to try using that here.
The murders were marking out a perfect octagram, just like the one that had been used to free Nylonathotep from sunken Lesh centuries ago. If I was right, there would be 2 more murders, one in Dagon Street and one in the Wizard's Pleasance. If I knew which one was next, I could stake it out. In the center of the octagram was the Disc Theater, which almost certainly meant some kind of cosmic evil was entombed there. I can't say I was enthusiastic at the thought of checking it out.
But I'm going to check it out. Oh, crikey, this is quite the... quite the little video clip, that. Love the Jingo reference there. I did like that. Okay. Yeah, I think that's going to be it in here. Can I
couldn't.
Can't easily take the map.
For some reason.
Okay, cool. Well, I think heading 26, we can head to the disc very shortly. So yeah, murder there, Wizard's Pleasurance is there. We can have a quick look. It's a new spot. We've got somewhere new to look at.
The Wizard's Pleasance was a small, newt-haunted meadow in a horseshoe bend in the Ankh, inside the grounds of the Unseen University, separated from it but connected to the university gardens by the Bridge of Sighs. On summer evenings, if the wind is blowing towards the river, it is a nice area for a stroll.
Wall, bushes... I mean, let's have a look. Has there been a murder?
The Pleasance was full of dense bushes.
Make your mind up, Luton.
The Pleasance was cut off from the city by a tall exterior wall.
Bushes... Tree? What's that? Can I not? There's nothing there. Can't do anything with the wall. He's in 2 minds about it, it would seem.
I couldn't easily...
No. Bushes. Can I do anything with the bushes?
I could.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, nothing much happening at the Wizard's Pleasance. Somewhere else apart from here in the disc you can search later. There was somewhere else. I can't remember what it said it was. There was another. New Hall's done. Patrician's Palace. There was. I can't remember what it was read. There was 2. Wizard's Pleasance was one, and there was another one.
Everyone on the disc knows the legend of Eleanor of Tsot. Or at least everyone knows a legend of Eleanor of Tsot. Or Krinix. Or El Harib. Ask most people and they'll tell you that she was the cause of
Helen
the
of Troy.
Tsotian Wars.
Right, yeah, gotcha.
Of course,
With you so far.
ask most people and they'll tell you the patrician is a kind and benevolent man. Never trust what most
What's the
people
new
tell
area?
you.
So we've got the
real
disc
cause of
theatre, we've got the
Tsotian
Wizard's
Wars was
Pleasance.
a little-known goddess called Errata.
There was one other area that I can't remember what it was. We have actually, right here at the end, made some progress. Not really the time that you want to be making progress, but while it's not the time that you want to be making progress, at least there has been some progress. Dagon Street, that was the one, Bunny. Thank you very much. So we've got the disc. This is at the center of the octagram. There doesn't seem to be much apart from the stage that I can do. Let's have a quick look up and see if itchy nose. Magdalen Bridge, is that it? The sewers, Pseudopolis Yard, Octarine Parrot. Oh, Dagon Street. There's a whole street lit up there. How now, brown cow?
The moon over Dagon Street lit the rundown alley. It didn't look like anyone was around. It was as abandoned as the Octarine Parrot on open stage night.
Okay, sign. What's the sign say? What's the sign, Mr. Wolf?
One of the shops in the street was called the Three
Oh,
Jolly
no.
Luck Takeaway Fish Bar. I remembered that name from somewhere.
Oh, that's not
Something
good.
to do with Mr. Hong. I remembered
Yeah.
he went missing somehow.
Yeah.
I couldn't pull the boards off with my hands.
Okay, we can. Last couple of minutes of the stream here. Let's have a look.
I didn't like to tramp.
Oh.
I wasn't.
I'd take the sign. Right. There's not much going on in these places at all, so it is going to be one, I think, where I have to hydrate. Yes. Yes, Brebs. On it. Right. You know what we're going to do. It is that time again. We have made some genuine progress, which has been brilliant. We did leave it until right at the end to make that progress, but such is the way of our world. It is 10:31. I think that is a good time to let it be for tonight, like the Beatles. So we'll pick up from here next week at the usual time of 19:30. 19:30? Probably not then. We'll leave it until a bit later. Not a brilliant year as it happens. So yes, Tuesday, I will let you know tomorrow what we're planning on playing Tuesday. I'm not 100% sure yet. It might be a retro game because I've got a few good new ones. Or well, old ones. New to my collection. That I've been having a bit of a muck around with today. So it might be a retro game, but just not part of our Discworldy series. Or it might be a new game. We'll see what I'm feeling in the mood for. Other than that, I am going to bugger off now mostly. But as ever, huge thank you to the people who've been here. Thank you for the follows. Huge thank you for the subscriptions. They really do help to keep the lights on and stuff. And I don't like kind of running ads and things. So on Twitch we do, because I can't really figure out how to not do it. But on all of the platforms, you will notice that our videos are ad-free wherever possible. And that is simply because I don't really believe in doing paid ads and things. Depending on if it's a product that like I do actually genuinely believe in. So yeah, so all of the subscriptions, they really genuinely do help. But if you're just chatting, if you're lurking, if you're just here to watch, as ever, if you're hearing this at all, thank you for being here. I genuinely appreciate it and love you just a little bit. Just a little big bit, a huge bit. So yeah, I will be back on Tuesday from 9:30 BST streaming something. I will let you know if you're at the links, which are just there. I will be posting out what the schedule is for the week. And I say schedule, it's the same time every week. The games just change. And yeah, I'm going to bugger off now. But huge thank you to everybody for being here. Thank you so much for the help with this one, because I've really needed it this week. Like even more than usual, which is saying something. So genuinely, if it wasn't for you, lovely people, as a community, I would never have got through any of this. And just for being really lovely people, and for being inclusive, and for being welcoming, Yeah, huge thank you. We love you. Hopefully, we'll see you very soon. Tuesday, if not before. And remember, bandits, whatever you do, do it slowly and enjoy it. We'll see you soon. Thank you for watching.